we be any aboa no ya mebeken kan dia somo de obeti bi any say edom kese a womra hye fie say said the minority no cancer 130 million Ghana cedis sika ya applicants the tour forms wo mo entua no wone wo mo ya adwene a enye yie enra sa applications ensem ya ne security recruitment ihunti mampani John Dramani Mahama Freputu punhia mo ya wode ensem bi etudwa wenom ene de ka ho bi ena nopai mede ebremo say no nsia bremu kase anopa de ya to the news flash midi edi afia chumwa ketri ya shansam no ase ewo security services wo recruitment ya wo sha siasa wo ye no afi mu ye ho nsensema kwakwa ye bebre no na de ena no minority ye dom kuma wo Ghana mrahye bedwafie enam wo mopani so Alexander Afenyama kendi tudwa enesem sikadodo ya Ghana ban ejeje ye ebra emebunu esore wakana won mokoto forms ani nyina kabomu 130 million Ghana cedis eno ye won am wanfa won madwuma ma sese won hahia poto won ho na wani atutu agu wonsem ebetumi a aban hye na sesika ni nyina won refund wanfa mebunu na de ma wonom nyatimi aboa ama won mokra no wankoma ato won yemfi sese obi tietia ne moremu na wanya 200 Ghana cedis ni akire koto forms na ofa oha nyina mu wie na so mfa na adwuma na akwa bibie wo ho aseminti enra majority leader Mahama Yarega Kasafa ho enwo se na no bi MPP abreso sa pepepe na course obia amo aban ne tuja se won refund sika nte ye den na minority fo beka bi enne enya de a wode be ye adwuma na wo chena ka ho.
I've heard my friends on the minority side mention at press conferences that the Interior Minister should refund. Mr. Speaker, they did the same thing, advertised, people paid, and they never refunded 1 Ghana cedis to anyone. I have Hansard of this house recording proceedings here when Ambrose Derry was also hauled before this house and asked the same question about refunding to the young people. He did not. He reserved the money at that time, about 35 million Ghana cedis. It is there.
Mahama Yarega no si ya pe eno osahene Alexander Afenyama ken minority leader so ekasa ye no so sa na Mahama Yarega eka dia ene na mampani John Dramani Mahama reset agenda no enya de papa bi esese Ghana fo de wo ho etu.
When a system does not offer certainty, it must obviously be reviewed. When a system does not offer clarity, it must certainly be reviewed. But if we would always go back and say, oh, yesterday something happened, it was not good, so we shouldn't talk about it. Mr. Speaker, then what is the essence of a reset? Your slogan is reset, and I'm saying that you are now asking 200,000 people to go and pay 1,600 Ghana cedi each, when in fact you have only vacancy for 5,000. It means 195,000 people, Mr. Speaker, are going to pay 1,600. Multiply that, and Mr. Speaker, in the end, the desperate youth will be frustrated. We, the MPs.
Esanse enkomodia etise ye no akoso ache na Ghana mebunu bebre won munyenwi wo ho nti enra omampani John Dramani Mahama Freputu pro enhie mu ewo abankesiem na empanimfo won moda omaiban bogina tuku ahodo ano en wone wo muhia ye afei Interior Minister kan ho bi en opani a wo hwa kire ni manimu ya se Defense Minister Kasela to Forsen mampani amane a wode to won manim ene se if isabre ekono wo pese wo mo ye nsakraye na enipadodo a woje wo mo ewo main security services no atenaya ahodo no nyina wo pajamu every 20,000 ekosi 40,000 eno eye emfie nan entemu nhyehyeye ena won mo emfa sa kwankire foforo enya adwuma enti fa ne se no mai prosi adwuma kuo no ma ne mema dodo a wo fa won ma fibia eye 20,000 a one more at the 20,000 ebeka ho amana ye 40,000 sa pepepe no obeye ewo Ghana Armed Forces sa na prison service immigration any afoforo ya aka wo wie ye na wasre empanimfo isen one ye deda security agencies no one mo nhwese recruitment ho adwuma ne nhyehyɛ ya etise ye no one mo be ma ne memu ada ho fine transparency enya adwuma ema one mo nya kataso muamuaso bia na ekina bi obi akwa akonya menasepo ewo ndwumadie mu ntisese akwankyerɛ foforo a mampani di abasa won mo fanya adwuma enonom o meya tena ye bia ya efa bambo ho nsem ho no enra won mo ekọ sanhyiamudie asibia mampani ene won mo etwetwe enkomo Dramani Mahama putupunshi amui dia wakanu achi bema wamanfo bi makoma ato won yam tichiru ni minority ya won masori agina chirebe kuma Ghana mebuno nanso minority leader Alexander Afenyama can say ye mampani aka ne nyina kasa hunu enya dia ebetumi aso wo haw ya ewo ho ewo security services won recruitment ne ho na nipa dodo yi ya won mokofa forms na 20,000 won fam enka ho a ne yekoya na ase ye bai.
The statement amounts to nothing. It still doesn't address the fundamental concerns we've raised. Look, according to the minister, 506,000 bought the forms. They've already paid some 220 Ghana cedis for the forms. After that, they've gone through this AI-generated aptitude test that has failed a lot of people. And then I was quoting 200,000, but the firm report said, minister said 105 people qualify for medicals. First of all, that number is questionable because there wasn't a fair system for qualifying people for medicals. So that is also another question mark. What it means is that some 400,000 people were denied the opportunity after the system.
National security operatives and answer one penning for Wamakache was Santemantem House or ya. One more cyclone a war, Timamufo binom ya one more a tongue. A drobi ya what to di Madara Sukude. Say and so say a draw one in him was a one be an ass so a come on a whole rock man kama. Na and yama e koye a man on penning for chimwa. Sa a draw na sensano. One more Eddie be fan fidiamo di be ema a cra enomoye. Any don't shrey at your nine and a cranny free mom. Ti wedi adanse pefe se onom sa madara sukude ni biko ni pediem sa wadasania e de wo hawo bebre e na bebre wadache enam so de obeti nananom e wonse edom
ti ade ni nyina kosi se eduro no om
pa wono na ye National Security Coordinator abedi ekire Alhaji Inje Abdallah Umar eba fia ha enra anopa ebra Kojo Marfo etena adwamu ewe Daybreak so ena wobo amane se womani abre papa epeso yi sa ne ma nyina efridwa so
ti ade ni nyina kosi se eduro no omo the single dose ema rodent enkura na omo de omo ye experiment no on sa de bia obedi bia emboa ne bia no it means anybody a emboa no so omo de ka aboa na no first report by saying less than 24 hours and aboa ni wuye nti na omo hwe how toxic na eduro no nti the following week na e was ye follow up eno de me mani huye a drop a saw rodent no amunum ho na in less than 10 seconds elo wuye
aboa no de nkofo no na say drink
me say less than 10 seconds.
Nathaniel Nana Kwabena Nkrumah so eye openi power no na FD atna ye wa Santemantem ha wodano wono so kasa adwumadie kro no so ene wo say edro no kra no bibi di chloroform ya won mo di bi egum na sa chloroform no mpanimfo brada da fise eye wudro kese eno nti sesi ya national security for so icon no wo mo FDA for so di wo ho agim no ahwe so obeyi ne ma etesa efredwa so
Juma, any power can be my collaboration between the security agencies. Almost everybody, including even your cat to toss animal. And adeba they be na mechanic say esese wan kasa nipa no o start e start hwe ne bi yi ukoto ade lebu bi embo so hwi ni so na opese oto esese hu say first and foremost uni ma de kwa woto nti no woto de obi aka keke de man challenge say kroma obeton bibia ye ade ankofo ba fa e we labeling na be chewa ade ko na woto ni nipa o ye the details e wo so nti bibi ni a obetima ye den attract here no na nchechi asese ye customer mu ye den because I say ebi ma sha ma say o kaka o monte ye kan so say chira anya edru I say drink no moton na meka mi bi dia so de mini an kan say o ha ye press release na ye hu say chloroform na wa de nim na o ha chloroform symptoms are rat na exhibit ye or the good plastic as well classical symptoms of chloroform. Chloroform so yabani wo say nti evidence say me na kata me say omo hwe mu say bi wo ha ye de ma a herbal for no for formulation ama me DBA say me ne office discussing ye nationwide survey. Chloroform is banned in the use of pharmaceutical products. Yempene ma yemfa nye so if any solvent
Kedu gas oven and stove sadaro mana no pay ma besom mo e wo news flash kase imom won mo ye adwumakuo ye wie ye brei mu won ma ba eboa won ya enu anuane eton won mo moto pan no ye pastries ahodo nyina enti wo gas na ope ehu oven and access stove dia manom na boa wo dada adwumadie mu wa bra won fa wo haw ne ka bia ke edu gas oven and stove ta me kan fo akyerewo won ma kira kwan ne mienum wokọ Suamia Pro Station na chipe obehunu wonom e na aboa so omo ho ti ba bia ben wo bia no no abo anan akwaje gas oven and stoves e dey free ke edu e ho wobetimi nso afa wo mo numbers wo screen ne so na ne mpanimfo atwetwe nkomo medi e dey afia twumwa ka kire medi mo si ha sima kakra bi ntem Kojo Marfo e betena se na Daybreak dwumadie no wode abro yakra
Whoever told you that it is not possible, we are here to tell you that it is possible in the name of Jehovah God. And obey ye de nyame ase wona dom ne na humobra. Wama na ayekese ewo ya braboso. Yeah, the Daybreak Jumedie ena ebrewa no pay Fache Television. So on our social media platforms, we are active and we invite you to join us on Facebook Fache Television, on YouTube Fache Television, on TikTok Fache Television, on your X platform, we are there on Instagram, and read our stories. Yes, facheonline.com. That's where you read all the details of the stories around the world. Danopei yatna se medin Kojo Marfo kasamafo enne ekosi dapem. Afia chumwa Kaakyire na afi abrantie the Maestro yatna se na yatna se dia na onim se enkomo no ye de bebre o se de etie pepepe ye the African proverb no ebebre agudie mu nsem se de etie bia amanone ene o man Ghana mu Black Star coach no o de edru ha ebedi no ho nkomo the obon krata no se de ensa aka no na afi ekoye nim ye ne mampani edi nkomo ene ye wa woda ye nyina pese ye bom na ye da nyame ase edema nkomo kase no nso ye de ho nsem nyina ebebre wa no pai mame ntwe wadwin so in the last 24 hours ye no epapa mu no enema bebri na asi wo ye man Ghana man no pai news flash e di bi ebrel. The former chairman for the New Patriotic Party, Chairman Freddie Blade, and they edi nkomo and ran or shas here or koda ban kukum na watch me ensa and I'm say cotton sensem ya bama and sase ne dan di ho asem di anope say wo hwehwe Freddie Blade na wakokofodua no wabisa say sell ben or dan na wakosra mesramo a police fu amu hwen anope ene won a wo tie yen se wo hwe nra traffic na ewo krom ha na anope me ba adwuma so jalan fo animu ho no a tipa truck bi aseye si ho na wa uni se de be kwara about eba ji run about nkomoti this anope truck kase ete sa aseye si kwan ni mfimfia na unim se e de asem ebeba nti police fo ni soja fo na e wo ho no ye besram mo hwe na mo ntoto niema wo ho se de be ya e de asumdwe beba na Ghana fo a wo kwa adwuma no won kwoche e wo kwan ni eno aya nte asem de helicopter bi kwotehwe form wotema nipa bienu ena hwere won kwan the Ministry of Defense abeboy amane se emfiri won asoeye na chese private ownership asade etie bia edi kan ne toso mienu a esese obisa ho se eden ena ekoso eno ayedi nkomo fa petrol ho no na yenuanum ni bi ene yen enya adwen se ohwe petrol nkomo no a ya na anu asem ni nti ehunu se de yehunu ana de asama ba His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ka se entokwa ekoso Israel United States of America and afi Iran ntokwa no sa anhwe ya ode how ebebre Governor of the Bank of Ghana enso adi nkomo saa se enema no se de ekọ e de asem beba GPRTU wo mun krofo ni bi keka won ho se yenhwe na yento kaabu ni anope GPRTU se enkan akoma nto yeyem saa bre ni nyanu ye omo anka so omo nye o omo se saa bre no enu ye enra yedi nkomo ofidua mu ene ye ka enema nkofo num gu won widie mu a ese won yam niema nanso wo ankasa obisa wo se ne mo toye Food and Drugs Authority apne so a ombeka so wo nimu na adanse ben na wo de wo nom ne ho anu nso onim nanso watese nkofo se akoma ho hyehyewa echese unya ahoden wo nso a start a wo enum bi His Excellency John Dramani Mahama no pay in the news flash kan ho asem se nipa dodo a ye fa wo security services a ye fa nipa 5,000 no yantum na yemfa nko 10,000 nti afi yemfa nipa 10,000 afi edi so 10,000 saa ne 4 years no nko na wiye no ndi apa nipa 40,000 na mpacho de abeka ho obeba abeka ho ana wo de the aye no utiri nya wo baby a nti yatum kura still a baby a ugina na ugina and opay send a voice note, text message, WhatsApp message pani nyina brain on 020 754 3637 020 754 3637. The African proverb this morning says, even the lion, the king of the forest, protects himself against flies. Even the lion, the king of the forest, protects himself against flies. That's the African proverb. Afia.
Kojo. Ese jata ewura mu adoma nyina hene onumpo obo ne ho ban efri ntumua eho. Ntumua ya aboa bia wo wontaban mo anketenkiti a wo mo wontaban na wotutu wo mo mo ha adwene papa ebi ya ntontom wansena kra ya tubua sade wo wodam na ntontom ewura ho no wo hi wasumu a na wonya no a edi a wode baye no nya asam ketwa no sa pepepe kire se wo ya aboa wo ha adwene wudidi na hu se wansena damu a na wanumu ato ntutu mmani ade nyina etumi etutu esai emfudie enti flies ntumua eye emoa wo ha adwene papa ti said ya wo odasani a na wo ba wo ho ban every more etiti say ho na won ma mehaw ana wo ma mehaw bibi ya wo ye no sa pepepe e na sese wo hu no say wo ba wo ho ban every odasani bi a wa fe ne sia kyerɛw se obetumi aya obone ho empanisi aboa no onyaw na se onka wo a onfe ne sen enkyerɛw enti the moment a wo obi edi agoro ana mutu ana mobi na obeye actions bi akyerɛ wo se onyaw daache a wonfa wo ho enkyɛw no ntempa twe ho efri ne ho ansana bone no asi yesi dua enyawo a ebewo no yetu ase na yensensene ho bisa wo sensene ho a edaso a ejina ho wasensene kra so ama na aye sharp asene sede na esi ho a ete no enti bibi epetrew na se wo sunti pe ehwo a na wokọ akosen edua no so enti ema no enwo ho na enni wawu daache na mom tempa no a wo hunu se dua yi emoa no na watu ase na wo ho atọ enkoye wo ho ageman enkasa wa wo ne oga wo de wo ho oden nipa me ni di agroi minim se onyame a onfa me ho nche me kra na enso so me ho odin ti he me de mekoso ne na di agro to da kra ayensi agro bi ni ade utimi huru nipa no akoma na akwakoba se ode abufuo bi a sekan na ben no na wafa eto na ben no wafa me de me wa hoden metimi atwitwa me ho Lion King wono kra no a ewura mu nyina wono ne mo adoma hene no oba ne ho ban o e de free ntumu aho how much more you nipa dasani ya se obi e de sekan ewo wo sesia moja ebenwunu agu amo ahoden aba fom enti mesraw se anopai wo hweme babia ya wo hu fache TV na wo di agro bi babia wo di agro no ko nipa woni no edi agro no wachire bibi a eda di se wonyawa obeye wo a entempa na watu hufo fi se empanimfo na asan aka se minyawa meyaw eno an se madame ho so enti da ho so na tu hufo etwe ho efri nipa kro na godie ho na daache bibi ankotrega angu ne bo ama bufuo na amroso na wamfa bibi anyewo a ede wo haw ebebrew enti kakra yede na manopai enie Lion King ese ne nkwa ho hia no o wo bo ho ban bise enwansena kra tu na kwahye ne hwene mu anase na somu a obeha no papa enti wo hu wo mo a na wo pe baabi de ti awura ti wa won so ye nipa yi da wo so na bo ho ban efiri agobone ne namfobone ho na daache bibi ankofa wo haw ani nsunsanso obone bi amrewo a wo so ano a enyeyi enti kuma bi ena no pen yede enam se fabi na fatu ukotodwem baabi a wonam bia na wama African proverb bi aringi bell wo wasum say na no na me hwa fache TV na Kojo Marfo ne Afia twumu aka kire eka se jata ewura mu adom ahene kura bo ne ho ban efiri entumu ho a mia me ye nipai ya me nkwan yetia bia bibia betimi age me nkwan efiri me nsam esese me so metutum na mo sisi yie na me bo me ho ban efiri ade a ebetumi akofa wo haw ne atorenchem kese abre me ho to wo kai we ya na afei wo pusu ho na wani aba ho so na ankofa wo haw ene oyene amraw yada ase bebre anopei se wajebre na hwahye
Okoso a hwe wo fache television so top of your morning yade ebro na ebrebe mu ayama ho kwan ama wo nso nkomo ayedi no wa kira adwen wo ho ni nyina mu ka kire onua se fache television Daybreak jumadi no ahya se the maestro
Ofa
maache
yeja
wapo mu
oh nya ofa nyankopon na dom bi aboko
eda yeho ase
ye kremu pa se podua no
ukremu zede
podua ye kremu se podua ana no ntia se ofa
ese na ntwie ni podua no eni ewo ne to nti konfo a ukra sa podua no eden obeje mpacho pibibi fufro wa pibibi fufro so na ne dia no kra ne nsanka na ne ono ya go twade amre no ya meti ase top of our morning anope hin na anam
ofa yendi nkomo kakra na efri enra enwumre ebepeme na no pay no uti news a prime time me fie twumu akechiri ene sport and lesbon mo edi nkomo na ni nyina efa recruitment no ma edi ewe intentan fidie do so also some of the things e koso ofa ni nyina say now ye share say yedi nkomo about the recruitment of security services ayewo ewe yenkrom ha say at the time of November 2025 na the Ministry of Interior Ministry edibetudwa say pin up ama the normal routine no etimi akoso when it comes to security services ewo krom hanom no amanfo bebre na no edi omani ekodi ekire but omayete as say this time around it wouldn't be the same as the old traditional model na ye faso edefa nkrofo ewo yenkrom hanom no na emum no o improve ede akọ digitalization se na be ya wo phone so wo bebia wo bia no wankasa betimi asete at your comfortable na wetimi enya that processes no na wetimi ahweso atimi aselect niam bia pese wo ye e won tintan fidi no so o de sa niam ne bae na offer in fact omo so mo ye that processes no from the two dress so obi better forms are over 220 Ghana cedis and obi better forms no meanwhile before Senate Interior Ministry together with the government ebe initiated this processes ni nyina no na government no any IMF akọ into agreement say agreement na na mo kọ no say this time around no ye na ye hwe mo economy no so di amamo so therefore anything be concerning some of the important sectors of the economy, we should be aware. And we are giving you a quota of 5,000 security personnel and a meeting form within 2025 and 2026. So that quota was given to the government. So the Ministry of Interior knew this quota. Said the patodua ebetimi amma forms available to the market now. Dodo na ebetimi form no 5,000 people. They knew from the onset. And yes, ebia Ministry of Interior any ebia wakwakofa 5,000 and ebia IMF no any omudi nkomo say nipa wo some form no 5,000 after some ton almost 500,000 forms e dia mankrofo e wokrom hadom. They knew from the onset of her. Mokoton forms in the amount for nipa 500,000 obi etua 220 Ghana cedis. Akoton forms no ewie. This is the government in power, NDC, any political party in power offer. When they were going rounds doing campaign, A lot of people promise the grassroots. Says a basse, ye bien was security services now. Je bema monso so menya kwan no ma wrem no ma kwakope mudwumedi edi e was security services offer. We've seen the national chairman Johnson Esiedun Ketia standing on most of the pulpits saying say omo the IGP eba ye se na ebe ya omo nkrofo omo political party ni mo no ebenya akwan no mo so etime wura security services and recruitment and ekoso ewo yen krom hanom no. But the COVID ase no, a lot of things are and I'm saying or changing system from the old traditional model to the new system, you know. Most of them were disqualified purposely. They be out do no a disqualified moment in kwan enroll security personnel no offer was the aptitude test. Now no me di hun komo wa hanom. Say ye the karma ni besi so ye bi se bisa wonsem se bu twa woni de hwe baabi krampo na offer ye be you frame you are being disqualified. No for questions and some of the people when I say Nkodana ni so more question no some of them it doesn't even relate to Ghana in history.
Now aptitude tests no open get related to them.
Over. Sometimes no we should know say fine you go to school near course be an visual arts for a year. GKE. Also need that general knowledge you know about everything. But say NSMA oh farming. Oh, my security services. And I say, oh, family, oh, security services in Ghana. I don't think, say, Nigeria, first president Odi, or Nigeria, I don't think, say, Ecuador, in Yania, or more ethnic group, I don't think, say, so, South Africa. That's a, oh, Kasadiafa, some of the tribes over the number person say, the first king or the migrate, offer some questions in Yamasa. Question who hear me no about general knowledge no is about things that is happening in our country, both current affairs issues and then our history.
Oko Sunday school da.
Of am ko Sunday school.
Oko Sunday school.
Of yeah, children's service.
We share amofra no. No mo nyina ba ho teacher. Kola na bitwa ho ahia. Kola no so ba on chance wo achede a wo de ma wo.
Yes.
Eni wo mo ba no. Biscuit na eba akope. Ese o chemofra na de. De na be.
Ofa uni
be bisa wo mo asem. Na de obetwa no. Ofa foto biscuit no. Wo de amana.
Ofa foto we de.
Na Sunday school teacher ankola atwa ho ahia wo ko bisa question. Ako bisa ankola ne say Yesu ba me de sen. Na wo be de biscuit ba akono. Ama nipa ba ako. Obi abetwa. Wo ko bisa Sunday school ankola say Yesu ba me de sen a. Ebere na kwala bi antwa.
It was
nso ya ba
offer metiase. Offer metiase. Say I was say o questions no miemu a. E was so miem.
Nti no miem.
Kromu hanu ankasa no. Ye were questions a obetimi miem. As some of the people or omo ekoye aptitude test.
No mu twa.
Omu twa. Offer most of them omu.
Omu twa.
Offer. Meeting the question back part majority of these 500,000, most of them wouldn't get the answer right.
Almost trans no questions are no mujidi so muncha.
Questions so mu be so no offer. Me den ka Ghana krom here no mu be so questions no. And na ko muntimi kra answer and then come the so bo na bebo applicant no. So mu to krom about current affairs issues, history, any other things. Muntimi answer. But offer. Obi manso nkomo. Obi manso history.
Oh yeah.
Dodo na no emfasa ndi pakro di say bia okosuku e na osua history
say yatra ho say wo mo antwa no mo antwa
o mo antwa but the some na dodo na e ka say 220 Ghana cedis offer the interior ministry should refund because money
free
offer money pefe say money IMF
for refund dey na krom
ha refund is can inform because of omo even krom qualify no medicals omo kwa kotwa no fa 1600 and then come me to medicals
say ya fa wa adwuma da
offer say adwuma ya na me bi
and ya fa wa adwuma ya ma go through medicals who go through medicals na some medicals no when na mo ho ka offer
medicals no ba be chire match be ko nkomo bi am to medicals no
e dey trimu de no
say enye no kra dodo no mo hem ne mami hu offer say wa family police and answer me kwakoye medicals no because forms no mo ton dem most of them no police service
security services nyina
ese me kwakoye medical sa na se me pay police service and Kaakyire nka police service nkwan na me kwakoye medical 1600 but we dey offer say immigration and access military
what forms me ensa
obeye ebia
ana dabi anopa nkomo a wudi no wo kira sese na nka offer me ensa dabi twen wo to me ensa no ka pese wo ye ba akopɛ
afa na baako na sa medicals na me kwakoye hospital no baako no enye eno no mo hwe so di afa me kan se ni ensa
na mpacho papa no wo Ghana Police Service ono na wo immigration
offer ni nyina offer ni nyina the same
masa
dia wo mo hwehwe ne
offer di wo mo hwehwe no den
mpacho TV stations, set TV stations doors. Meboa. So amu nyina TV adwuma na omo ye. Nti se oba na so pese obeye adwuma o fache TV. Ni e ma ene e ma ese se okoye. Wakwa another TV station. Omo nso ama requirement. Okoye o report ni wi a na watam de ode ba fache. Now they no nso ko another
requirement na sa security services ni nyina epe. Eya de kro.
Enya de kro.
Offer then enya de kro. The police there. Police there different from offer. Police there different from military.
Oto ba akwa. Oboka ba. Okoto bienu a. Wo watra won tabel mu na wotra won tabel mu no. Hwan na moka no.
Ya bi offer. Mesra sa adwumedie na wo senka mo hyehyɛ de masa ankura yi.
Enne a hyehyɛ de ama wo.
1600. It's nipa no so to forms me so to immigration to cancer military. Eto one hwan the 1600 no or yenemi ense nyina
because he is looking at the options
of an option no any niamo pe e wo nipa no na pomudin ho no ni nyina ya de ba ko police service air the same thing immigration air the same thing
the police service
am forces who pay the same thing it offer
opa onfa ba ko no nkodi nyina e ai no wan fa nkodi nyina
offer
na se me na ya mo ne ye ka no krom ha ya one wako apply for 3 institutions. And omu nyina so omu je medicals. Nti ukoya na de akoma on.
Offer medie. Nkomo no.
Ya de bia ka ho nti so obeka no ho asem aka no ho asem. Omu sika kon de no anu.
De dodo na ne say.
Sika na nra asem ama ya 220 enya mo hwe. Okan. Ai. Wasese ya refund a fansa wato 1 220 e de ma wade na be yo.
Kaakyire Emane nkasa asem no
waka
asem no waka o kan kire o se man nka waka
offer se o kan asem na e no no so 220 no so ji no so enye no hwe so no so keep say sika na
enye
so no aboabo ane de anu aye
he's part of the government so no so ji say sika na ono so enye no hwe
now
you see sometimes no
Habib a ono oto be ye nan say otene ba bi a odwen kwan obefa so ochina beba wo antobi wo so wani abre wo fa no pesa
offer say ehun komo na ye didi ama omo
say yem fat nti Bible akompaibo
offer
onkofo ne yem fa
sa meeting no say minim say recruitment wo mu ye 2025 there main one ebekoso 2026 and no omo ma Ghanaians hope say 10,000 already no present amomo that rule ne say omo yan form no omo keep your data in the next opportunity bia no ombe enroll say na be you manya that opportunity but offer whether say utum dia ko 10,000 na o dey fast for the next 4 years obenya 40,000 no me the only thing that I want this government to be aware is say government and as a president they are to say enko 10,000 yeah and the next year and as a this year see maybe June July August that's a move be performs ni mo a e ma mo nton more than 100,000
say nipa ye be fan ya kan
mo nton more than 100,000
o na say oku say nipa ye fan ye kakra bi first no omunim ene omunim enti wo hwe criteria no na onfitin no onim Maestro no kure ne say yen kan kire yen hu okuro mu ha say nsan no adwuma eboa Ghana ni chen say wo kope obi adwuma aye
nsan adwuma boa
nsan adwuma eboa chen say wo kwa kope aban adwuma aye nti obi an hwe so ode nani kire vocation any technical anya sana so pese uko school dia na se uko school ebeye professional so that you do not need somebody to employ you and son away didi and not necessarily two nkrofo e wo ho na se wo so wo hwe aban adwuma ni obedi udokno kwa
fa say nyina so eko pensa no adwuma ya se bi why na bebo oman no ho ban aman
ese du nketia na kan ya ka mo so me patch
na bi over
ese du nketia na kan se mo ya ka so me patch
nyina eko pensa
asem no kan ya na mo se asem ho na nu bi na o keka
that ono the offer it was out of bounds
but your central market ya
so tomatoes in seven na
tomatoes for almost so
of almost so
susi e to bi die
to bi
nti ni nyina ne ne wo de kan de ho
of all say you funny pa 500 times ni nyina be do no menya from
na say o kan mo ma ne pa cho enu bi na no pe wa
che when ti obi kasa say we chire that means
na me say enu bi na no pe wo kan ya
na ebi ye yi
enu bi na wo kan ha no pe
say be go for me kasa me say
obia wo
yes
yen kan chire Ghana for ma say wow koye bibia eboa wo chen say wo nam na wo pa adwuma
aye
you see ya ma nkofo ante ase say vocation technical ebeboa na de bia nkofo ko university wie na o ma be salary so mo pa aban adwuma oni adwuma o aban oni adwuma
so bibie
na mrantie ne mmabaawa mo pesika ntentem nkofo bia adwuma na mu wura mu a na mo hwe de nkofo anya nti mu pepere mu ho sesa nkofo emwa o enti ka kire wo cruise no say omo de ye immigration any police a omo be che wo fie o
ene dodo na no ankronkro adwuma
na omo kokuyayom
busa se dodo na no sen ebi mu de adwumayefo fa so
omo de omo fa so sen
bra sen no mo
enti na me di kan tufo no me say
intwidie bebre no wo koye
yes wow koye wadwuma suansa no wadwuma na koye what is obi asisi mesin da
ofa obi nso say
what is a carpenter ni go obi asisi ne da
ne ho den o sha police service obeye o sha military obeye immigration obeye
onkwai so onko no
e ho kra no so mo den sa no adwuma wura ho
onkwai
o police ni but
mo de boys am ba kuro ma kombe mu ache o
ofa onko no e na say government no e ma yenya we say ye fa ni passe se ne ene ama se ye fa 10,000
se ye koye ni so obi ani nipa ye fa wo
enti hwe no man
o kari wo na o hwe na akwanya ma aden kra na wo twan akọ police eno na me ka ho asem kire wo se wo ye bema kosua bibi a ye de ye nsa ye wo ye oba kosua bibi a ye de ye nsa ye busuanfo am hwe ya no pay me ka kire mo se wo de wani to aban adwuma so a wo be di udokno kwa kosua bibi fa wonsa kosua bibi
ofa
adwuma sua ebe ma odaada didie se o ka kire wo ho se wo de aban adwuma na abepa adwuma ho be ya odin wadi di sika bebo ti anope mesre otie me sua de mo wani na ho bad man nyansa no adwuma ka kire eno Food and Drugs Authority mpanimfo no bae almost say ade no a yese ye de rubber na eche plantain chips ne ade omso omunhwehwe mu omaye so far adanse bia ni ho
okay
omse adanse bia ma yese eye no kre se nkrofo de rubber na eche plantain chips ye krom ha social media ya anhwe ya kwan ye de ye be fa so no nti omo ko hu ye no omo we
nwanwa
because and ama nkrofo nyuma say
ko ese mi kra mi to mi ampa
niwa eno oba ha o se so far nhwehwemu omo aye nyina omo nya danse bia yese o wo de plantain chips no omo de rubber ene gum na echi nti ade ne ye ho sa
ba wo say plantain chips sellers na nkasa binum nso as that ba out abeka say eye no kre ebinom
Debia omo kan se omo na de chida. Debia omo so.
Ono de on fa bi.
Enti se no kre ne se so obi na dey chi na wo fi say ye bone a nti omo main police station
Komo nko report me enko che wo.
aba na omamba pa ye ka omamba pa ene ne we he sampa so obi de rubber chi plantain chips na your omamba pa na say ha adwen ko police station na ko report ana ko food and drugs authority unim ye kurei se yenya ya amwa se ya na kuro ni be ye o obi a hu bibia o se me de mfa me ho me de nyama asem a ebe ye wasem da achi hu
Bo fa say odidi.
ne we
Rubber na ye de to angwe mu che.
me dan jiedi na de kristosom
Unye
debi eye
na
kristosom
ma show hu bi da why ye
debi eye kristosom enu makoje di say obi say
rubber
the
ni
rubber
me na ne wa anwanum
Who say ansa na no kore bededi no.
food and drugs authority say
Ofa.
omo ye nhwehwe
Omo no me no problem.
that enyema wo ne wo ankasa ne funeral problems are wo no
Me no more
wo be
problem.
hia say ye de yensa betu so
Ofa me no more problems. Che say mo ba be ka che say bi munya evidence bi e che say omo de rubber to angwam and the chip plantain chips right very good. So at the expense enye no nkwan issue aba ka
mpacho
we've seen a lot of evidence
anopay ye can plantain chips asem
Kwanza kan sukude
ye can plantain chips asem
of nye sukude o enye sukude
there be mo yes am say nkomo yes say plantain chips if you be last week nkofo adwuma egu because yes so the rubber na echi nti obi anto na food and drug board for so omakwohwehwem besinra omunya dance bi e kire se nkofo the rubber na echi
into of a video na ebeto social media into omuntimi trace some IT I mean expert
why do you also omun trace here
offer into omu so also omu trace no mu ko
mon report ni pakro na odi video ne brem aden na muti krom ha enkomo am opese mu di nkomo ba no bia mpese obetu anamo
FDA or so wakọhwehwe mu enye evidence bia meanwhile we've seen a lot of video no nya ba akopɛ
mpacho social media na eme wo so ye nyina na ye no kure
o fa da bi we die
eni ye mfrɛ we
videos na
me na sensitivity mfrɛ we
the offer
me na sensitivity
videos na
me ma police mfrɛ wa
videos na ye hu social media no so
mon frɛ god na here nyoma
very good that is what I'm saying say with those videos ye hu no they should follow those videos.
But why are you here thinking that
they haven't done
that's what I'm saying. Say they should do the needful.
They have done what is supposed to be done. And then did you want some year come out? I tell you so.
Offer me me say crime suro.
All right. And I'll pay loot our ha so the uncommon papa befie. Nti yebedi ho nkomo. Na me beside the yeah. Otuado no edit 26 provisional list aba Andrew Dede ayu Ghana Black Star captain no ni din enim abusia for ye dan ye ho ye ba e de agudi mu nsam bebrem
Opanyini
na etisen
nyame adom na wo so e
Yehowa ne mehwefo bibia dedaye
de nyame ase
bibia dedaye
de nyame ase pa
se boko
nyame adom
na no na o di nkyiremu bi ma unuanom no menim so omu nyina na ye unuanom nkuma ono omo eya agudie mu ensem no na o ka kire omo kwan a ye fa so ware ene se de amamre ne ntete no tie na manije enkomo no ana ono omu di no
medase
saa na seseye saa na seseye ye jade ye na to akiri na ama ye brese oman no Yeah, to almost for sa.
Mate. That's about.
Na enra list na me hu ye na correct.
Mbachawani. Because your two friendly games about Black Stars.
Nema na omo ye no. Otu ado no o problem kakra na.
Asat me gina de minim. Because the problem when you know if any the sports ministry has strengthened the technical team the amano. They said you need help be.
But how do you call a 26-member Black Stars without Andre Dideayu?
Well, bia penny sabi.
Ni bi what?
What was it?
We do come on meet you pa.
Right. Bia na penny sabi. You a pool of players. And our criteria what the first one selection. And yen you be there say Dideayu. We share the European League first round no a clubless. Inti afen when your team when your regular football able. Inti ebasa one bia na ho den sem ni no ma bi e form. And you admit say the experienced players are Ghana wa ye be hin omo World Cup adedeka ho. Inti bia na ohun say 100% fit and na say ni no ma bi ho a onu the level the sharpness na open no. Inti why not say ye ma no enye ni training because the day nothing will be justify with the Black Stars. You need to be to my dada. We try to collapse wire. If you are afraid no more be tasted the Black Stars. I mean, we say obey team the mark the World Cup and I say want team fanenko.
And only problem now me no one. Baby I be do.
Yeah.
Afraid no be try players or try o my den.
Oh, obi oha. Afraid when you first call up because enya Ghana your some of the national teams are omu players me afraid na nationality Ghana nya ni document e kire say obetimi participate in the magazine
omo ntwen ye kofofra na omako
adentia
because ye wo mo ye de omo agba omo wa kwanya so omo ko World Cup nti adan ye kofa nkofofro de omo aba
opanyini say kase ye twesa de we say ye the work of the quality Ghana national team is not for ebinom.
Okay.
Ye nyina ye dia.
Ka kire omo afi no omo ba no. Say ye wo Ghana fo a omo agba bisisi abre. Omo wa ahoden so omo bebo obi anyam prai. Boy ya mo ye no hu dede no wa pira. Wan ha no anko.
Dia ya.
Kudus. Onipa no Kudus.
Ai.
Wan ha no anko bi.
But obey fit. But oye fit afi no free injury so eba. Nti dia kan sharpness. Any normal be brave. Said the Bayanka or air football now. Anka during the tournament in the Bayan Abian year Yanasa. Because it could do a fit. No Premier League, you know. Said we see Shas here. Not all bonus, ne say be a Tottenham Edano. Ne or say or boy team no. A bassa himself could do 100% with the Black Stars game one. Said the BCAco.
But your damn be share man or to add. Mon can't say,
okay.
Me say me hu free ne ho wa retire the day are you anase sen
okay me ni say wa retire
so because on a Black Star captain and am boy enti Black Star captain yem frɛ no Black Star obeda ye captain
so o hwɛ one o club o no wa hwɛ o performance or enter because o more criteria because the Black Star Ghana players in the doors and the both teams are would be
but Black Star captain or a Black Star captain
of legend they send the performance in Konkan and our clubless grana. Should we still go on and say they invite them?
At this point the day is not clubless
but you must say when was the last time I was Shasi and even on a club or how many matches in Wabo
when you
had the regulation time not to do a
say are you no return from the Black Star. Obiani ni asem so na coach.
Of also on kind of plans. What the can this uncle one dada.
Enti on kan kire. But so ogina ho a all born there.
O so free no.
Obekobi.
Yati. Me da say
once afre akwa bi Togo for so afre.
Ai. For fana to sma me Marvin Senaya.
Oye hwan? Obotim ben. Obotim ben.
Over there, I'm on the movie.
You, I know.
They say a decision. Say on what be Mickey. so be Togo and obe Ghana.
Togo. Na why hwan just Ghana ni Togo ye to no so ayi why hwan
ye to no ntontu
yanti ni din we Italy ho ba bia yanti no ho England ho ba bia German yanti no ho Turkey fo ya sheda nye papa oni ho bi ehe no wo de anopa ye tie mu
me da say abrana senso ye de agokansem nsam eba be dam sema makoma kwa duasa ede anim no ye de air sports and ebra midin edilu tech in executive producer eye Benas na Daruma ene di dwumade eba be dam we draw no passage eye ntete ho no me nsa no boss again the entire Facha Sports team led by Abu Diaby eba betena say na yede 3 to 5:45 the extended version at the Abrel anopai and some tower dewa na yan send yan breaking it down na yan touching it down yan say for the Black Stars of Ghana yan South Ghana qualify ekopiem at the Mundial the World Cup and Chebetoga America Canada and Mexico na ansana Ghana bekono Urama month of March was me Ghana our friendly games Nenu ayebebo Bako against Germany second against Austria Neno ananura mede my Austria omo squad ebetuga Abra Marcel Sabitzer Dominic Asaso and David Alaba omunyina enya kola pombeboa amabia kama nana Ghana Black Stars O2 Ado eso anemu ne squad or Dibako for sa double friendly games ebetoga na squad in the Senate 3 goalkeepers and offer Lawrence Ati Ziggy or friend Benjamin Asari had to folk from the local league Joseph Anai also from St. Patrick's Athletic or friend Urama your Patrick Pfeiffer or no if you damn start about your Derek Lacassin Sasa Derek Korn Union Berlin and Jerome Opoku wafreno Caleb Zerenchi Norgeland waba Kojo Opompepra Onufri Likan OGC Nays and Jonas Ajete from Wolfsburg and Marvin Senaya Kojo Marfo the legend player no Obo Oze ho Enwosina ka Marvin Senaya Mino kasa oye player bia Togo Efoso afeno mu collapse omo aye on entaso no na ebeba betino nkomopi ene okotogo ana obodama the Blacks at the World Cup qualifying team obeko akobodama Togo ese ono ara na ebewram Alexander Jiku on was Sparta Moscow Russia Gideon Mensah Oze Oko Thomas Partey Villarreal Elisha Owusu Oze Ibrahim Sulemana Kaakyire 6Am and your Kwasi Sibo Ria Oviado Upiame or Bank John Thomas Asante on Coventry City Jordan Ayew Samson Prince Adu Yawo Christopher Bonsuba and your Iñaki Williams Yawo Antoine Semenyo and a Kamadin Sulemana Daniel Ajay Omo NS Squadra Otu Adwatu Safre as a game international friendlies Ghana ebebo Bako eye mepacho 27th March ye born of Vienna against Austria na second year March 30 eno e was Stuttgart Germany eno games ebetoga na wotwa me no kasa players omo antima make their squad due to injury eye Bako kofichire enya adesa omutimi efre no because we bra Yatini deal with the Black Stars in Achapa. Eti Ghana abante kofichire went to me enya collab. Yo Kudus Mohammed obo Edmund Tottenham Hotspur onoso epra wama air collapse no. And watch Francis Abu onoso epra went to me and make the squad. And no air Francis Abu enono. Selson Ernest Nuama okay kumasi ni akodano. Onoso epra went to me and make the list. Sasno Salis Muhammad onoso epra enti squad no wama yo Tariq Lamte eso ama yo Alidu Sedu onoso edi MPM and yawo Prince Adu Kwabena so because of epra enti Prince eso enti ama me ram eno ede dawa ye jejama breaking it down na ya touching it down na ya knocking it down na ya jejamu yom podiamamo mayemram ewo bawa fuseni ya ka powerful senior eba Ghana Athletics a oy opanyini kase pa odi Ghana Athletics enim na eduan mo ko school e senior high school eba athletics competition a opaka santimentum de ba so ema suzo obia hu ye ema yo mo je omo di Nora Gaza ena odo broni mo na omo kopie mo Central Region eno ena mpacho dwumaje de pa na we ye powerful senior akansem bi at the Afa Athletics no yente kakra.
Thank you very much. It has exceeded my expectation in all Ghana athletic events since the inception of athletics in Ghana. For the first time, we've seen junior athletes from secondary school running not 46, 345s. It has never happened in the history of Ghana athletics, and this is incredible. I'm lost of words. I can only say that the athletes should continue to train so that we will call them for the 4x400 for the African Championship. And all of them have qualified for World Junior Championship in Eugene, Oregon. And they will be going. We will call them for camping. I mean, it has exceeded my expectation. We can only make it better is to give them guidance, give them support, and organize more competition for them.
I know I am powerful saying Ghana Athletics Association. Opanya odano na say adena general sam abroad adwene ntiasa so sam kwadano ebetu ye omo time a omo emeki ye no etuna bo kwadana mo qualify ebepiem akọ compete ewo Athletics ebetu dwa ewo mpacho Oregon ama bia so aye kama en wachechema bo kwadana ba so na yenwram ewo TIA mass me pacho omo teachers no ada odobroni eye Aisha Gafaru omada na se na yentwe desi ye na ohwe time a me pacho owram na se adena ano odem eno eye me pacho do broni no Aisha Gafaro na rival e Kumasi TI Amadia na se be kama yente kaka
hey Robert Broni hey 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 Robert Broni
Odobroni nes Odobroni enu ye Aisha Gafaru wate asantuman tamanim wate square TIAMAS amasphobia me pacho wate omo animparial amas no ese wakọ represent student wache sasabe enye Kumasi nkwa no de ne samba owura mu so no watuma qualifier obetu akwam no ne na wakọ compete in the name of Ghana na bia so atimi ayekama eno ene da so no teachers no eni ajopa
that this is the sweetest and the quickest revenge that we have witnessed. Jafar, popularly known as Odobroni, was able to beat Gaza in the 200 meters final. Now we are happy to welcome her and then also receive her. And all of us together, we are saying a big congratulations to her. On behalf of the headmistress and entire management of the school, we welcome her, we congratulate her.
Hello, Odobroni, Aisha Gafaru, and a school na Bonabaso. I'm an team congratulating her. Gaza Yawa 200 meters omukotu ye no eno ejeta na yewie ne safu jemfi eso crop Kumasi Sante Kotoko enkani coach na Abdulkarim Zito ene opanyine 7 Prince Owusu issue no wakansam kakrafa
it's I no has no players be has and you as a question ti no no so for so say question be dey ebe wurem oh yeah e bi na ba ha no ebi ne ba Zito mu no oni we mu ho problem ano mo eno no me say me ba na betra ha na me hu bibi but me no me na me pese me ba out
na sa nsem a na etiti say Z2 ne Prince Owusu isu nketingiti bi na no kure
oh me de me hu no say no kure me hu no say no kure because me ba betra ha say me hwe training no a edu baby kwa na je Z2 me pie e ba say me ma we say won ko ba o so we so ko bibi sa say wo hu de me kire
ano ensama the black president Safu Jemfi esu echechem say ampa ono de football wa ball enimu pa ohun sena eye ntawantawa wo eye coach ever Prince Owusu ene then head coach ever Abdul Karim Zito esu entem straight up yenwram ewon krofama man so na yenwram wo amanone na yenya adwuma kakra won krofama man so emamo Jensa Semfri Brazil head coach ever John Carlo Ancelotti said the Nura yedi two manima wia ewe tuma die no so ese coach in the squad ebetuga for a game and then anima obebo as a preparation game ahead of the World Cup na opina to the squad ababetuga na the squad no or the ebetuga good news boya and na obolon ewo Leon e friend Hendrick watimi anya call pa oram and what Ryan ebod na Bournemouth ono so anya call up yente kwaya and Carlo Ancelotti and name Brazilian squad. Nema ama squad no.
Bento, Al Nassr, Ederson, Fenerbahce, Defensores, Alexandro, Flamenco, Bremer, Juventus, Danilo, Flamengo, Douglas Santos, Zenit, Gabriel Magalhães, Arsenal, Ibáñez, Al-Ahly, Leo Pereira, Flamengo, Marquinhos, PSG, Wesley, Roma. Mediocampista, Andrei Santos, Chelsea, Casemiro, Manchester United, Danilo, Botafogo, Fabinho, Al Ittihad, Gabriel Sara, Galatasaray. Atacantes, curiosos, Hendrick, Lyon, Gabriel Martinelli, Arsenal, Igor Thiago, Brentford, Luis Enrique, Zenit, Mateus Cunha, Manchester United, Rafinha, Barcelona, Ryan, Bournemouth, Vinicius Junior, Real Madrid. João Pedro de Chelsea.
Ano Carlo Ancelotti the squad one name for a games a denanima or bebo young fucking so they prepare na me patron squad in the buy no nema so edi amam eno na Ancelotti church mu church the entia one friend name and you know say name 100% fit enti and a one friend name eno enchema what the man no say just still World Cup nema tutu no ma o betimi akọ na no na the Kings League totwa ewo Sao Paulo na no anema ekoye training ewo Santos o wie train o fly kopiem o Sao Paulo ekokọ atene the Kings League eho na nema suko kasa ye esen buofu ne rase ho esen ra squad ne epetotwa ne din enka ho bi na nema so ogide mapa esa still World Cup squad no obetima making wa kwakoram na bia so atima ye kama eno na nema nsam odi tuga na no do the Kings Empire League no nema kobo penalty eno na daso no na no penalty obo eshama bibia ye fine amane ye fe na eno desi ya ye jamudama na mame Ryan reaction ocha boya Osiakai Edmund Bournemouth for the first time when you call up so at the ama Brazil national team and run one in the girlfriend and it was almost air chair and Ancelotti time na all name Brazilian squad now oboni team na say any job o kisi in the girlfriend except what menya call up o Brazil Akosiakai ama bia so atimi ayekama na owie na yesi boy baako a even I go Thiago Obo Edmund Brentford. O reference Ancelotti chemu de chire. Ese dente first striker no. Ni nyina se Brazil. Omo per striker tise Hoselu. Na boy never I go Thiago. E wo down profile ni be. Why out and out striker typical number 9. Na hu be hia. Ese wo de be ko no Remo Premier League ni ma. Ba season aye boy only Ellen Haaland and I show more goals. Ese boy na your friend I go Thiago. Na hu be hia no ese oso ode ne kro no okobo eya yomfa kense no hole bia kama na me pacho Roma team ha your friend Al Ahly omo Saudi Arabia omu nyina no e wo locker room boy na ye friend Roger Ibanas why Brazil ne onya collab no enno e wo Al Ahly e wo Saudi Arabia omu locker room omna congratulate boy no ese wetumanya collab o Brazil omu national team camp akobo adwuma bia so wetumanya kama eno e de daso a ye chechamom na me no kase ma me United States of America omu jesia omu diaba ese World Cup no such way ena United States of America USA omu ebese home and away ena omu diaba eno ene daso a ye chechamo eso ediamamo na no chi Canada efo so eye host nation sene baako omu sido omu Jesse eso ediaba Canada home and away eso edi ene daso a ye chechamo ediamamo na hwe eye Spain omu national team report amente ese omu personal profile game baako ewo Espanyol Stadium RCDE Stadium and Sanada World Cup ebeba so atimiaba na Spain so officially team omo ne papa was stadium there confirmation my omo finance my enro Ramo Premier League na enro maintenance football game back to na Brentford and Wolves and a boy na na akoye 2-2 ultra Brentford omo share 2 Ama Wolves asu etimi share 2 say EPL ultra a table na say any city Arsenal Edikan Brentford after draw no born nra say Brentford o hwehwe wo almost so Barbato 7th ama Wolves still omo ene dato e wo Premier League table no so now top scorers and now goalkeeping chart e wo Premier League no eno I go Thiago Brazil wanya call up no eno wasan to atena after o shene silver goals na Erling Haaland Ashe 22 goals. I got Thiago. As was 19. Semeno 15. João Pedro. Our 14. Hugo Ikitike. As well our 11. Victor Jokeres. As well 11. And the Champions League games. Outdoor Petroja. Run of A16. A bus second legger. And the games outdoor air pass to say. And I'm patched out here. Above 5:45. Sporting CP Bob Bodo Glimt. Advantage Bodo Glimt. First leg. Omutina Field winning 3-0. Oko Arsenal. And then our Emirates or against Leverkusen. 8 p.m. First leg. Our Bay Arena. Arsenal Copa 1-1. And watch Chelsea. And then our Stamford Bridge. Or PSG. 8 p.m. First leg. Advantage PSG. Winning 5-2. Central Man City. And then our Etihad. 8 p.m. Or against Real Madrid. First leg. Madrid, so winning 3-0. It's the citizens and no Ejeba. Na me patrolium Rosinia. Wakasa ba Chelsea header. Also Chelsea say our rituals be omu bebo gamer. Blessed equitra circle can go. Na omu abompaye. Na eno ena o Revelium Rosinia akasafa.
Have always wanted to show unity and togetherness. I think they'll continue to do that. But what we don't want to do is antagonize or bring more noise on ourselves, and we'll make the decision on where we do that on the pitch tomorrow. Because
what's it? I don't know center circle no, and then omunya sade no. I just say omu epejai. Owie no kasa about Reece James. And one of them says skip an Abraham string. Now open my update on Reece James.
Frustrating and disappointing one for us. We don't know the full extent of that injury, but that rules him out for tomorrow's game.
Is the Reece one quite serious then potentially? Is it?
No, ayen sama. Yet Emma watch himself Reece James hamstring and a hano or better and chay and no game on boy and or peke sa hamstring and no and some opinion and I to João Pedro was it and then come back with my Juma now what club championship on Copa America PS from Shamo 3 and 3 no Nesha and Yade Emom
show our power in the Club World Cup. We won 3-0. And tomorrow need to score 3 goals again. So yeah, I think the group believe, the coach believe. I think the fans should believe as well, because tomorrow gonna be a great game for everyone to watch.
And yes, João Pedro and I would say so. Dear Tuga Enzo Fernandez and why the 20 teams be panel Chelsea and to qualify for the World Cup. ade so be fit team no makro so for Real Madrid yate so mo pe PSG and 2 clubs from Saudi Arabia and 2 clubs from England and no edemete PSG and no training so etoga ewo Stamford Bridge na no PSG omo training omo ya ewo bridge no so ana so for vibes no ewo so na omo air staff back with the birthday na ewasa omobobo na chi abrom wishing happy birthday congratulating no na bia so etimi ayekama enura omo training no eso etimi etuto dwakama Desiree Doué Kvaratskhelia Marquinhos and Neves Dro Fernandes enura omo nyina timi training ye ema bia so ayekama Luis Enrique at the ensembia tuga say obo against English teams are
said in an ironic way of the Farmers League. We are the Farmers League.
Well, I don't know. It was a joke. It was a joke, and that joke follows me all the time. But anyway, what I have to say, it's always a pleasure to play against the English team because they are at the top level, and we can show our level and our principles and our standards, and that's what we try to do.
Was say a pleasure as obo against English teams and some more top level money to improve any tactics na urama me patron Arsenal o from William Saliba efeki injury timer omuye training o refa Mikel Arteta so ko check no and sorry e mayem share so eto Arteta so no and so Thierry so kasa about Arsenal almost style of a play.
Talk about people. I don't have to like it. Even myself as an Arsenal fan. But I surely respect it. That's the most important thing. And after 22 years, again, I'm not saying we're going to win the league. I'm just saying that at the end of the day, no matter how we're going to do it, I will respect that. And that is for sure.
So, but you don't like watching the team?
It's not about watching what I like. It's not about what you like. It's not
What's it the most important thing? Say omupe winning league, you know. Omu winning biache or bobo enya fair no beji league. Arsenal for the omupe eswe no. Man City anopano manye training enra. Anumre no be shake up kakra. Natural City training enra no mu eja. Nature say no my very positive. Na vibes e was raw. No and that's why Ryan Shariki and no more maka. Na enra me pacho Madrid training you say Apelua. And Frank Garcia, as we 18 come on, time on special training. I say, and Bonnevan Frank Garcia, and the left back. You say Apelua, and man tactics are all channel. I'm a Biaswaya Kama. Now, Mbappe, and joining a team now. Tama omo training na on be chance and you say no me kama na Apelua ma team talk you say Mbappe su team rika awura ma okwakohwe na wakọ join team na mo training na Mbappe enu adu ba bi na otache ni kotodwe no cameras omo say cameras wono so a na wasere kakra omo train orane kakra na waso no kotodwe orane kakra na waso no kotodwe eno na awura ma Antonio Rudiger ekasa ya about the game
Think too deep about like things like this. Of course, for you it's numbers, but for me, because in the game when I remember against in the group stage, he had the better of me.
No way, incident be. You said about Diego Rico, the no say. Ono so ye na dwene se okoboy no so akopra na anka odi no kotodwe si ne bo no anka boy no ontumi nsori biem enante.
Of the day you see the images with slow motion. Of course it looks terrible. I don't take nothing away from it, but in the action itself, I think and also what the player said, like I don't take nothing away from him, but as the player said that it was like almost that I killed him or something like this. I think he doesn't need to exaggerate, because if I had the intention to do that, he wouldn't have stand up.
Eno at the door, Florentino Perez report amete ese ene eno befly abepiem ewo Manchester no pressure game no na bibia eso atimaye kamanti Real Madrid president no and obefly no aba support team no game na bia so aye kama eno Hansi Flick ya de two anim se no contract no verbally no ajatum eno de deco and mpanyimfo no etimi asia e be kama very soon the official announcement ebetimi aba ese otoaso kwesi 2028 aba adwuma de amatime fe Barcelona na biaso aye kama na Ronaldo na Roberto Martinez and ya to say we brade our Madrid for recovery na mom de obeka ene se Ronaldo obepese Portugal friendly games on obeba camp na wabɛtai team na kyerɛ bibia ɛso atimi ayɛ kama yɛnyina so na yɛmfa nsɛm awodo a yaboaboa no ɛnɛ anɔpai ɛso ɛwɔ agokansɛm nsɛm ɛde bɛda mo ɛwɔ ɛyɛ fakyɛ Daybreak dwumadie ɛso no yɛmfa nsi ɛbɔ 3 p.m. The entire fakyɛ sports team ɛba bɛtena ase na yɛdede aka nyina no ɛso ɛde ama me yɛkɔ Daybreak dwumadie no ɛtoa so ɛde ama mo.
Any Edin Komo Kai say o voice note or text message and WhatsApp messages no or the bebre on 020-754-3637 020-754-3637. We are active on our social media platforms into Oko TikTok, Oko Instagram, na fe wako X platform so on our Facebook eho nyina no enkomo no etwagu a onso obetimi ahwe na wachra adwen. Anopay yenshase with the Chronicle newspaper. The Chronicle newspaper. And the Chronicle newspaper this morning gives us stories that are related to the former member of parliament and also the Ghana Traditional Council. The first story says, Gold Board seals 27.5 million geological deal. Gold Board seals 27.5 million cedi geological deal. And Katie Hammond to Attorney General and Finance Minister Ato, withdraw your report from Parliament or face me in court. Withdraw your report from Parliament or face me in court. Greater Accra House of Chiefs threw out Popolampo. These are stories on the front page, the Chronicle newspaper. Yeah.
The Chronicle, the Wakratano, and Ayadi a free and Comodian Wase Anopay. Now, what in Sampo Bebre about Osha Esrobe Benkumuswa. Gold Board penny pass a major fee at the Hoya or no penny bako. What J. Crata at the FU or penny in some moya chest a year and nigisem. Now, Amania war ball and he said, one more aye geological deal be ya Nina Fa and Sase. Ya or bad dear Adam or my Ghana Sase entini mu a good dear any idea Gold Board for Eguso now one more elbow home bra. Into one more a silly deal no kama 27.5 million Ghana cedis. And as I deal now, one my word you marry no a day ever or my Ghana, natural say a year as some debt. Na Osha any monua, ye Katie Hammond. Nymphony ena edahen. Kane oswafwa na oshe ejodi eni mfiri juma so. Ena wade eto Attorney General. Ena ato forcing. Omen photo samfo enim se one mo the report to be akọ Ghana mrashe bedwafie na se one mo anyi amfiri hodi a ene one mo ne no ebehia e wo court na se one ma asem no enkokwa o de bekọ court na wato nsafre wonom na one mo aba abekire one mo nsem de enti asa report no eda parliament enti Katie Hammond so one mo anyi mfiri ho e na Chronicle aboho amanem Greater Accra Regional House of Chiefs one mo so amane wo Chronicle mu anopai. Na watchere say ohini bi edi Popolampo ninsem bi ekoto Greater Accra Regional House of Chiefs empanimfo anim na one more abo asem no egu unya Chronicle the Wokrata ni bia de yabobo so yi emu nchiremu people ya wo hwehwe nyina no okenkan a obehu.
You can as well join us reading the stories on facheonline.com. facheonline.com. The daily guide this morning, 2 die in Tema. Helicopter crash. The other stories as security service recruitment in his cooling high. And court orders Wontumi to answer Galamsey charges. There is trouble, but will survive. The other stories as 3 grabbed over dollar counterfeit. These are stories on the front page, the daily guide.
Ebusia the daily guide the Wokrata abo amanien was say enra rehosamia esi temma. Eno eye TMA daycare site 18 community 1. Yari mushen yedi enim se a helicopter. Nanso enim difo a womo abene e wo bambo mu se enye helicopter na we no. Na ho aden no e wo fom enemu so ha e che helicopter. Helicopter no so so pa nti we no de womo se enye helicopter nso. Eye mushen e na kwatetoye. Daycare center nkwada eguo na enipa mienu na won mote sa wiemhyen nu mu no won mu nyina eto a na nan monse do wo hɔ a ya ho amane daily guide ebobim na dia what sign edi aba no efa security recruitment ho sensem ya aye bebre nkomodie no edoso papa minority leader Alexander Afenyomakin na sma wo kan ene se security recruitment no kra no nke betumi ani nyina wonmo emmongu anasa won twinsensan fi se sinto ahodo bebre wo ho asese mpanimfo hwe na wo mo yensiesie na the daily guide ebo ho amane no eye medicals no said ya no pa na maestro edi nkomo se obi a wo kwa medicals ni bie ni betua 1600 na se wutua se sika nipa dodo a wo mo kwa medicals ni na munnim so se nipa 5000 pe na mo pe won na wo mu nyina kwatua sa sika yakoye medicals ne de in fact na kire se eye frakadam ene bukata ena wo mu pese wo mu ye Ghana mabunu nti afanya ma kense medicals ne kura no won mu enyai efisa nyade a ebeboa ye ena nka 5000 no wo hwehwe no wo eselete wo no wo akwatua sika no aya na nka no ano no obi ekwatua bi wo bewie so ni mu faith enti ho asem eda daily guide emom ena chama wontumi ena no yebo amane se galamse a womo so akwa ne samra boy ho nsensam attorney general ekrosi ni case nyina na womo so file no case submission ena Dr. Semusai awoye deputy attorney general say eno so de wono anyina mu emma no enkoso ti na sese 16th no wono ewie asam no ewo court hunu say Attorney General ni adanse force mo mabeka nyina chema wontumi edi forward baabi esese o mbe op case tina mpaye no ane se enra no enka court tena se so no case submission no ya atum se submission of no case no so we dey amane sa yese chema wontumi mebie ni defense na said ye de galamse ehun tansa abono wo samra boy no o meyi ne ho ano ti ho asem daily guide abo ho amane ene wo so wa kire nipa miensa bi one more afa kuntuna se ena wo mutwa dollars ni nyina so ye counterfeit fake dollars into a process for action daily guide
ya said that chairman no a ye pesi ye di no nipa bi pese o mo pekwan bi e de niema chichire yen ya se na we su case ben yen zame wo pin bi o case ben
o mo establish prima facie
case ben en yen zame wo pin bi ye mu se ye di kura mo de mo nsa
ma freezing ni nyina
ye wo ye mobile phone so anke betimi aye ne kakra mo de mo nsa to so ye da bank ho ye ananke be kwa akoyi mo de mo nsa to so se mo pese ye den
kura won ko pin
du ba bi a se de kwan ya mo de nipa ni bi fa so krom ha no enye
so why bonne de anu why bonne
na so nkomo no mu di ye de nanke fi se ye nye bonne a ye be yi ho ano
we de onko
say court to see yemra na ebe yi ehun anu say ebe yi ehun anu say
ta fe no so ko pe na dance e kire se wa anye galamse
ni ma ni bi o ha ora ma men kodwo so na me lawyer Kwabena Boatin ni nkomo member of parliament enura na yema bi a esi wo ho the health insurance office mrantie bi so mo ye ndc for call ho ekoye niema basabasa wo ho no a member of parliament wa homa so open ye mu ache
bejuso miwa
baby ti asumdue mu a baby awo e ho ye de
e ho ye yakopo ada roma
o constituency ho na nra ye te nkomo bi free ho a yes national service health insurance asoye no mrantie bi a omo ye ti for call ho se ye de pani bi aba ho a omo nyi ni se wo kan wo mo party ne ho nti omo mprenema no enye adwuma se wate nkomo no a sen mo afa na mo be na utu ho
lokre enra no pa na esiye na e bo mama ni abdi mani di eche na chese ye lokre na bibi mu no nkomo no ya premier assembly do bi kai NDC mabuni se wo mo pe ejosoni ye to so mi yenu omo pe obi ofiri omo party no nti sa de ma mi enu we no mutina so a omo de ye de omo de ye na mi wa meka le pin se sa de ma mi enu we nyina no igina so chekere man ya enye yi eticheru ne se mbra se de ni ade esi mani so pa ne se Joseph bi nya adwuma ni tiru ne emaburu enyuma enti ni how bia wo ho se ejusuni benya aban adwuma ye ewo ejoso in fact mani so ade hunu na ebaya ne de ebaya ma hoho a se jusuni ɛna ɛda aban adwumayɛkuo no ano a ɛdeɛ na kyerɛ sɛ ɛyɛ die mu a enti ɛyɛ asɛmpa nanso sɛbe ɔma yɛ yɛtumi yɛde mmara ɛna kyekyere woyi mmara to nkyɛn a yɛaka nyinaa yɛ pasapaa a yɛmfa nkyekyere ma no nyɛ yie enti ɛbaayɛ na mehwɛ dii ɛna mese daabi nkɔmmɔ a mɛburo yi dii ɛnyɛ nkɔmmɔ a ɛbɛboa yɛ koraa na deɛ di kan sɛ me wɔ sɛ deɛ yɛde n'aba hɔ no wɔnyɛ dwosoni enti wato no ɔfisi mu ma no nyɛ adwuma wowura fi sɛ adwosofoɔ bebree nso tete mpɔfoɔ akuro so ɔmo nso yɛ adwuma enti ɔmo nso yɛnkɔpam wɔ mu mfiri ɔmo ɔfisi anaa wei yɛfrɛ no fa ketewa bɛgye kɛseɛ o woahwɛ yi a na w'ani akɔdi ɔfisi baako akyi na wamea nkɔ akɔpam wɔ adekyeɛ bebree afiri baabi ɔmo nso tete ɔmo yɛ adwuma enti wopɛ okuro mu ni a ɛyɛ kasa ɛyɛ kasabɛ kasa lobbying yɛbɛka sɛ ɛyɛ diplomacy a ɛbi nyinaa yɛ nkɔmmɔ a yɛdi no wɔ akyire wahuro yɛdi no wɔ dɛm yɛmfa mmɛto abɔnten na sɛ deɛ guru mmɛyɛ te sɛ atafɛ deɛ patapaa mpo ne yɛdi kɔyɛ saa deɛ a sɛbe na ɛnyɛ ama nkyekyerɛ ne yɛkyekyerɛ nti ndc mabunu no mɛsrɛ wɔ mo so yɛ madehyeɛ me na meda wɔ mo nyinaa no sɛ mmarahyɛ bidwani amanyɔ mu nyina baabi faako nanso yɛmpae mu me deɛ ne wɔ mo nso deɛ ne me mɛsrɛ wɔ mo yɛwɔ kwan yɛbɛfa so a yɛbɛyɛ bi ama na ɔyɛ yie na masrɛ ndc mpanimfoɔ nso na wɔ mo nso so sɛdeɛ wɔ mo aba mu na wɔ mo toto nneɛma no wɔ mo toto na biribiara nto yie ɛdwo so deɛ mpuntuo ne yɛpɛ mpuntuo ne yɛfrɛ sɛbe sakasakani ha yɛni na sɛbe yɛba bɛgyina biribi soɔ na ɛbɛma mpuntuo a yɛhwehwɛ no ɛbɛyɛ na ankɔba na apɔmuden nso ɔmanfoɔ ɛnam health insurance no so pɛ no na ɛno nso so ankɔba na afei ne nyinaa akyiri no yɛasa akɔgye ho dimbɔne ɛno deɛ na kyerɛ sɛ ɛyɛ bɔyɛ anaasɛ yɛbae
na honorable ɛnura deɛ ɛsiiɛ no sɛ wohwɛ mmara mu ne nhyehyɛeɛ mu a ɛnyɛ ne kwan so a ɛdwo so polisifoɔ ɛdeɛn na ɔmo aka akyerɛ wo
ɛnura no a yɛgyina so ma polisifoɔ ɛtu ho anammɔn nti polisifoɔ ba adwuma mu hɔ ɛbɛhwɛ totoo nneɛma afei wɔn nhyehyɛeɛ a wɔso wɔn yɛ sɛ wɔn invite wɔn yɛ saa adeɛ no nyinaa na deɛ wɔsɛ wɔn effective arrest no wɔn bɛ effective arrest no na information a mi nya yɛ ne sɛ wɔn nyinaa tu ɛho anamɔ sɛ mpanyinfoɔ bi ɛbɛn mu wɔn tu ho anamɔ ɛkɔ apolisifoɔ no hɔ a apolisifoɔ no nso yɛ deɛ wɔsɛ mmara kwan so wɔn ɛyɛ.
nti ɔmo akyere wɔn anaasɛ wɔn hwehwɛ wɔ akyire akwan.
In fact, tia be matie de say womo e wa polisifoɔ nsa. But say etie say ebia ya incarcerate womo de I can't tell. But really me say womo ho nsɛm wa polisifoɔ no hɔ a polisifoɔ no tu wana mo.
Na wadaroma anopɛ office no obetumi aboya maneɛ sɛ yɛbie ana nneɛma no ɔmde kɔ brambram akyire no besi anopɛ yi saa ne teɛ.
Nneɛma no de mu bie no nra.
Na kyerɛ sɛ pani a ɔda no a yɛyi no no ɔno a ne da so ɛyɛ adwuma anaasɛ nipa foforɔ no ɔmde ne baeɛ no ɛna ɛwɔ hɔ.
Mpatɔ mpanifoɔ nyɛ nsesaeɛ biara sisi a.
Okay. Nti ne ɔmde ne baeɛ a ne ho nsɛm aba no onyam eduru asoɛyɛ hɔ koraa.
Onyam meduru asoɛ sɛ ɔnhyɛ ateɛ nyɛ adwuma.
Saa na me bi sɛ.
Well, I can't tell. Right. What I can see is transfer is fresh. Enti me nye sure say watena se yi sa.
Anope ye na ase na ye nso ye bedi akiri enkomo fufuru bi aba ye beba waso ye ne wabeto aso. The member of parliament for the Ajoso constituency Anope ye ne no edi nkomo enra emrantie bi a wo ye NDC for say adwuma no wo na aye omo mpe hoho bia se wo ne no ebeye adwuma avia na nra se de no omo di nkomo ne mrantie ne mabaawa party adwuma no se de omo ye ni ade
se hana de waya mahwehwemade mpepa ne nsa kwa no ya na eba no ene bosha ya na wo mpanimfo edi wo manim no ede ma won ansana wo aba aban mu no enti monyere mo ho na mommoa monya adwuma na ye ba ye behwe se adwosoman mo a monya adwuma wo mu benya biaye na se nipa no ewo ho dada na ye adwoso ni na moyi ni free ho na mokofa obi efiri baabi ba wo munim na se a eno na kofa we num nyina ba ye opani no okasa ye no okasi su dua se nipa ne mfiri adwoso kronum na wo mo wo nipa wo mo wonim die na wo mo so akosuku a wo de adwuma no hye wo mo nsa se managers a wo mehwe NHIS no so a wo betumi aye ntidie nti eno mobile pass se nipa ni nyina wo adwoso kofo obi foforo eba eno ene wo mabufu
eno ni nkomo a member of parliament no me no eya adwen se yedi nkomo ne saa then our governance structure no nkrofo ntiase transfers botaye no free party mu na eba
free government
ene yedi nipa ni free ha na yedi won akwa ha yedi won kọ se wo koboa ma adwuma no akoso nti se yedi obi afri Greater Accra ekọ Upper East yedi obi afri Central Region yedi na besen kọ Bono nti se yedi obi ba Asante a ese se chinchini a wo ye party ni eye adwumamufo no ana ye sesa wo nti ede na we no ya na party so ekowura mu.
Me I believe say onye party ni mpo na wo ye adwuso ni a e bia enye gidigidi sa.
But should the person necessarily be a party
member before those things happen?
Because mfofo aya for mo adwuma dada ene ye transfer nti enye nipa foforo a ye fa no
ye ko fa ne free abontin
ye na ye nipa foforo a ye fa no dia e bia omo nkomo no
nka obi
say the MP ne kan omo betimi edi no fichire na ye de abam na say ye within the office ne ye transfer dia no omo kan so omo ti say the MP bi say nti say monso mon ko ba bia na
do fa ne sa no crampo. I think say what they did no it was very wrong. It was very wrong. Of I won't say Saudi we no awo but who say MPP ba power pe na omu youth no ashase no mu rural offices na omu pamo amanfo di omu free offices na omu bro ebimo to the extent omu timi bura court crampo ko bu judges e pamo omu di omu free offer sanya ma we akosoa na aba besi sa
kan obi an condemn order of the day cliche bia akaho
it's akwa say MPP ba power e was so omukoko pamo nkrofo free offices say NEC for so ba power e was so moba na omukoko pamo nkrofo di omu free offices what a Joseph for no eye enra no offer entwa yi
there is a maestro manager
ho
ono na ene alaji tapso bagina ho na hu say time omoko biye ye no manager ne wo ho ntire nsa office no mbe pamo no bram
no
the audacity
see yamamra anya adwuma wokure we mu ahụ say ya na beye o Beson Imperial Global Shipping and Logistics na Millennium Constructions Adaroma yede de ubonkrata uncommon abroad. The Daily Graphic this morning says Mofa audit, tons of rice maize missing, 2 ghost companies paid 24 million cedis. Escalating Middle East conflict risks higher inflation. That's the governor of Bank of Ghana. And Ghana returns to May-June WASI examination. And these are stories on the front page of the Daily Graphic. The 2 who died in the aircraft matter is also captured on the front page.
Daily Graphic, the Wokrata no ena yede esha se na osha ha obo amane Ministry of Food and Agriculture mofafo Woman so a boy round Jumadiemu and a woman audit will boom kunta, Sikasam, near my hood will be my a course or a woman say a ho. And our de woman near Eba. Now, one much less a more any a bro. Tons bebre, and a ayra, and a enumakuo mienu, ya no, a ghost companies. And one, and see her, and a juma, and so ni din a bankrat, and muchi sika. 24 million Ghana cedis Emma wonum. Now what let's say contractor who do binum ya 1 year ewo mofemu we after 2024 and kunta and a daily graphic e de ehwa mane efri mofa eba na wose edu ba bi no won mo etimi eye contract ya ama se adroba fo e na wode adwuma be hye won mo nsa ewo mofa wo ba se wo be kan sika e de ahye won sem no e bia na wo mo e de emo bia bag aduonu no mo de sisika no anamu enti watwe enema ama mofa asoye no waba ebia osika eye 1000 Ghana esese etuama wo na wo ma 1000 Ghana na equivalent bags of rice ni asesa ni de amount enti sa na akoso a 2024 no mu ho ba bi ewo mofa ama emo ene ebro tons bebre bag no ayira now one must say 24 million Ghana cedis ede ama nyumakuo mienu a one mo enye atiasefo nyumakuo na eye adwuma ewo Ghana ha na kamia yese ase audit bia ebefiri sector bia beba no na trese proye ni dream ekoso Ghana se bedwo ehon nsem eye na afa Middle East entokwai ena Bank of Ghana amrado ya wodano Yera Johnson esiama echre se ebetimi de wo how ni sunsanso abre o my Ghana inflation won sensem na nsa inflation wo fon papa ya obi ani age se afede ye ntoto ne mabo mu basa na nso governor se Middle East ntokwa no ebetimi ede ensakraye aba inflation no mu a ebeye de enye papa enye nkomode ema Ghana nti no nso yenyere esimbet wo yem yie ebeba enra ewemhye akwanhia esi yema nipa mienu efiri mo no daily graphic aboho amane ena wasen say wasin social no a yemankuma won mo ewie SHS wo mo twro no wasan esakra wonsa e de akoma June ni biem ti say de academic calendar no esesa eba esine dadam say de na wo ho no ansa na COVID-19 eba no ti ho amane nyina daily graphic abo anope.
The Archives newspaper this morning has the story that the president has directed for increase in security services numbers is captured. We've discussed that. And Freddie Blay remanded for 3 weeks. The other story says Land Minister launches journalist against Galamsey today. These are stories on the front page. The Archives.
The Archives, the Wokrata at the Interior Minister Mfoni Abba, IGP dear Eka na Mampani John Dramani Mahama, or no sooner dear Eka home. Na eye enra putupu enkomoni hyiamu ya ekoso wa bankese mu a mampani frɛ kukudam ene abenfo kabiewomfo ewo man bambo gina tuko nyuma mu ene sade won mo ye recruitment exercise no emu ena wode to omani mu se mfie nan ya edi oman Ghana anim no won hwɛ se nipa dodo a wo fa wonom ewo security agencies num no atenaye bia obɛhwɛ no apagya enipa num nti 20,000 wo mo pagyam de bia ka hom ama no akoye 40,000 ya the Obokrata the Archives aboho amane na ora Freddie Blay ankane na wo ye chairman edema MPP amanyekuo no wasensa sibi ho asem ama opani na kopie mu ewo course na wo so momfa ne nkosie kukumu kakra ya remind no na watche miensa wokwa remand no wasan aba abeto na asem nie so ewo court ti anopa the Archives the Obokrata aboho amane land minister say wani da obofo nyina eka abomu na wo mo ako etu Galamsey ase enti ene wo padwumade bia wato di journalist against Galamsey eho entoma ya wode ensemtrefo ne da obofo nyina eka abomufo na amane no atimi akọ adọ edrubunu mu na aboa sade be ya lands ministry no ebetimi ahwe na won mo ako Galamsey enti anopa di Archives nso ba ya kakra wode nam
medemani di akire because me see journalists for be no so omo aka omo ho abom against Galamsey
and our friend minister say how you
ti and e be hwe omo e be sa de no room how
be any interest.
Ghana interest. Ghana interest. Based on Imperial Global Shipping and Logistics, Adaro. And you did the one crata and common no ebro. Say, oh, I'm on or the nearma eba my Ghana. So, my Ghana mopes or the nearma equamanonia. We are Jumaqua, Wobebwa, and the nearman aquamount, Wobebwa, the nearmano abamount. Oh, aha, what from Kirby, and only whom come on, Wobehe. Now what to car the car no abagana. Now if you the bar or the abrel. Na ehun tutu ye nyina no wahwe aya ma se wo niema bi e wa manone a opese wo de ba o man Ghana mu a wona beson Imperial Global Shipping and Logistics eni nkomo wo behwe aye ho adwuma nyina de ama de eye niema efira manone ba de oh anyone kasa wo behwe wo de besi ship mu wo de beba wa be yi afiri ship nim wo yi de asi asase so wo Ghana ama na afi ba bi a wo no wo de wo niema abrel wonsi kasem nkomo emre wote wase fise wo munim se de Ghana yedi yedwa efa Beson Imperial Global Shipping and Logistics ene woni nkomo na wo moa se wo tema community 2 Accra International Airport wo asante mantemu Kumasi a wa so ye ewo dichemso ene woni nkomo 0246 760 890 0246 760 890 and 0597 429 329 0597 429 329 which means so after on 050 1314 396 Beson Imperial Global Shipping and Logistics so aka ho bi na anope de obon krata no ye chire nsem no mu sede ye nsa aka na yede ama. We continue with the daily searchlight this morning. The daily searchlight this morning says disabled with no jobs demo coming. Disabled with no jobs demo coming on the 24th of March 2026. Now there's a Juada di enemy. That's the conversation. Freddie Blair remanded over land disputes and helicopter crash in Tema claims 2 lives. These are stories on the front page. And ECG says ECG rolls out corporate strategy to enhance operations and revenue collection. ECG. Anyway, the daily searchlight.
Yo, the daily searchlight so aba ene anope na manye biya wode enam wasinya me ya adwade di anime 24th March 2026. Demonstration kese chenchirente kokroko bi ebema ne homene so ewo Ghana ha. Eye disabled with no jobs demo ena ebo boba. Yenti edwuma eni ho ya sebi ya dia ya di hunam akwamu dam yebenya bi ayenti ya ntwe empanimfo adwene ensi so a ombetena se di wo monye hwe enya edwuma ni bi ayenti ho asem ewo daily searchlight emo na ora Freddie Blair kane MPP titina ni ya wo mo remande no 2 weeks ho asem daily searchlight e dia ba wose ensase tammu manso twe ena ede Freddie Blair akodu ba bia ene owoyi Electricity Company of Ghana ECG4 every year revenue collection yenye sika ida bia omo jeje na bia kam da bia omo the strategy foforo eba enti ebremu omo sound the strategy foforo abawo ya omo se no na ebeboa ama omo atimi ayere omo sika jejie mu ebi mfum kwan nkodi ba bia obi a wa use electricity na sese wo tua ho kasa de sefata bia obetua ne sa pepepe na helicopter akwanhia yanura isi temani nyina daily searchlight abohoaman.
The Ghanaian Times this morning reports of water crisis in Tamale with the headline Tamale water crisis sparks public health fear. Residents depend on unsafe sources. And Chamaun to me story, as is being ordered by the court to put up a defense, is on the front page of the Ghanaian Times. Experts warn of food price hike over hormones closure. Oh, the Ghanaian Times.
The Ghanaian Times, the Wokra Tamani Biya wode endam no se Tamale, Northern Region, Kropomu, Sadia ensuo ehu ensam den edimo manfo na nyasam ketwa. Na afa de eye agyensemu. Ebedru ba bi nso hu bekwa twea ya wo munya bi ennom na asa obi aso yinani. Twan na etoto niema na ensu papa de ani ti ya enam druba mu. Wo matimi enya bi anomo. Osise se o manfo atete Tamale nso a wo nom no enye ebetimi akɔfa wɔ ha de abrɛ wɔn mapɔmuden papa pantina no pɛ setamale emrahye bedwafo ɔmo tamale kro no nyinaa ne northern region wɔn mo refia Ghanaian Times kai wɔnom sɛ nsuo a temamufo no no tamale no ɛyɛ not enti wɔn hwɛ na wɔn tu ho anamom Freddie Blay ɛho nsɛm ɛwɔ ha ɛnɛ anɔpɛ kyɛma wontumi ɛna wɔno nso yɛsɛ ɔmɛ open the defense galamsey no deɛ yɛdan a ɔba bɛyi ne ho ano yɛnti a wɔtu galamsey wɔ Samra Boy ɛna Iran Israel ntɔkwa Middle East ɛboboba fango deɛ ɛho nkɔmɔ abɛtwam no deɛ wɔn se aduane aboɔ no ɛno nso betumi ahiri akɔsoro fi sɛ wɔn se baabi ɛde homos yatum sansa hɔ na nnuane bebree no amaya wɔn kra nnuane ahodoɔ efi amanɔne no hɔ na wɔn ɛyɛ no ɛde fa enti yatum deɛ na kyerɛ sɛ kakra no a wɔ hɔ no ɛnkyɛ ne apagya ebuo no mu ɛkɔsoro tie no nso so Ghana fo nyere wɔn tam mu Middle East ntɔkwa eden sam eba pa anɔpɛ Ghanaian Times Democrata no.
We wrap up this morning with a hack newspaper and it says we did nothing wrong. Gold board insists reject laptop and 111 million CD contract claim. Dr. Jinapo, Ghana to scrap cylinder imports, and Mustafa Bandi urges calm as ND supporters raise concern. Magdan owes 16 months rent, 4-year fees, yet he cries harassment. The Hack newspaper.
The Hack, the Democrata no eba ene anopeya ora Magdan Daniel Macaulay. And anu nyina na ne ho nkomo de Democrata emu omo kyerɛ sɛ wono so sɛ private jet obi ya odidi ne dwuma ahodo nti o hyeda wa asase tambi ewo Ghana airport wa hɔ ɛna odi ne dwuma ɛwɔ na nansen wo magye asase no afri ne nsam enti nkomo no abeba na nanom ahemfo ɛwɔ nkran kra sɔre a wo mokasa ma Magdan ɛna Ghana airport fo abeba mane na no pɛ the Hack ɛde ɛba sɛ wono Magdan no a wo sun sɛ ne na Ghana airport fo tata no wo mpɛ na adwuma bɛkɔ so ne ade wo so wo de ka wo se emfie nan ɛna wontua sika bi asese otua ɛde ma mpanimfo afa 16 months rent ni nyina hye Magdan ɛto nti yɛ dan no aba besu sɛ yɛ harasew ti ho asɛm ɛda the Hack mu ɛna Dr. John Abdullahi Jinapo ya wono so ɛna yɛ soafo a wo hye ojahodenie so ɛna o se free sabre yi ko Ghana ɛbɛhwɛ na cylinder ya wono mo ɛkrade ba Ghana ha no wo magya ni nyina Mustafa Bande so ho nsɛm ɛda ase hɔ ɛna o se NDC achitafo ne mabru no munye kom ne mo ka ni nyina abayate ɛnkyɛ obi a kyɛfa ya ewo mu no ne nsa ɛbɛka Prince Kwame Menka wono ɛna kasama Ghana Gold Board na nsan contract ho nsɛnsɛm so sourcing ye ba ye no ɛna o se Gold Board nyamfo so bia ɛwɔ saa 11 million Ghana cedis contract no said o manfo bi no ɛka no nto ma Gold Board for edin ɛna
Afia yesi NDC efom nyew yesi party for no ebu afu pa kyerɛ sɛ nya asɛm ketwa no ka ho bi ɛna Mustafa Bandi ɛka kyerɛ ɔmdom nya botre na bibia bɛkɔ yie no one party for
ɔmo pa adwuma so ɔmo nya adwuma
ɔmo se fom nya
na yes akɔhyɛ security mu nso a mo asan ayi afiri hɔ na sɛ ɛno nso na yɛse mampani mahama pagya mu yi sɛ anɔpɛ the Enquirer sɛ yɛ fa ɛno a o se emabunu no Ghana for mabunu heli mampani ɛnura nkɔmɔ na anwumre na ba yɛ no
so o se yɛmfa bi nka ho
ai mo mani ahyɛ ho so what a listening government.
Millennium Constructions Adaroma and the other Ubokrate Ebrel, what can who be done da Ebraso, so when Mampeni Ekasa, Millennium Construction, I then see who near Madia, one and a bois, a my yensa, a canina, so as I say our tongue, say when you see Casio Butomo Peso Tasasia, Millennium Construction Ebebow, a diamond now pese Usino, anyone any home come na one hair NCC ma ope gated community mu atna Millennium Construction gusua wo sibi e dan no sign na wo pe no na wonsi ma ministries department and agencies say ompese e be frɔ public accounts committee na wape contractors a oni won eye adwuma asumdwe e wo ho Millennium Construction AC hospital no ama o si wa sorry dan no ama o school dan no o si ama o factory no woye ho adwuma Wachira kwan wo Bushen, Nayas Junction, press 0244 274 084. 0244 274 084. Millennium Construction. Your dream will become a reality. And I'll pay any man penny in 020 633 4646. 020 633 4747. Oba, any man penny akasa. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, Opening.
Number Chapumo.
You are near and have to be here.
They want to help you be here.
And I mean,
it's about to be here. No,
it's a country.
I don't pay my more about so. I'm chairman maintain. Chairman and a question. Minia, Seminia Pressure, His Excellency, good luck, Obama, John, Dramani, Trump, Abebio, Mahama, Papa Mabona Basso, Nama Bona Bati. Because Papa, I can't say the same president, you know. Now I'm for him say, boy. Yeah, security services. And near my course. And then, yeah, sorry, Papa said 1,000 sign a day. And come on, and 10,000. And President, we say the here. Now, Mr. Marfo, maybe Constitution be anywhere. A bit me, President Mahama, Transana. Because the Papa idea. Hey, whoa. No matter what Papa buy 6 months ago. As a Ghana near so a queen heavy. And they are swear. We will have will be much. Welcome to him. What you say be an assistant. As so still, my equal independent square equal march here. That's a Ghana. I said, yes, so much joy. And the president, some rebel will have it in the afternoon after bar. Maybe Michelle, make us a president. And yes, I'm Rano. Let's not so after ball. Honorable Jilo Zebra, Chief of Staff, Mechiano. Medasinia.
Say, Anopay, Oba, Obetini, Edding Como, near El Coso or Mantemu, the SSM and Penny Ete, near one so person boy Amania or Hono, Aquenia El Homa, on 020 633 4646 and 4646, and also 020 633 4747. Messages about Maestro Ebekin kind messages no at the Amaye. But I no pay Niema Akoso. I no pay Niema Akoso. I abo bosso the Achra on a Mubiano, Obit me a trading. To say the Abo Amani Food and Drugs Authority say, Omunshi Muka Kra or Moyano, Omun Bebia for the rubber and air chip plantain chips. I'm ranting and Mabawa Swa, Mono Num Bibia in Libo Yano. And also, Monye Sheye Ewo Hon. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Pacho down where the enemy man penny in Casa.
And Paje, Johnny, a Japia, Cafe Manson, a good food.
Yent you.
You have no penny, or one penny can say. You cook with Kaun Jamai. One pan I lack of pa the whole way. You say, it's buying music cook at that. The Georgia Ketria. A record Cassia Pa. Yet, tossing you so. On the best now, I look at you. It won't hear you. I guess I do money. Woman, your mouth, and send a woman in your banner, and we and a back for my son. Only under 2 years. You put your mind, and the body be able to see it. And I get 2 years here. Then to have a call. The master.
That's it, I don't pay. If you are come away a fuck for about a week or 2 ago. But you see, as you release this car, yeah, they treat you.
Coco bought 4 back, so more release
this car.
Say LBC, no, and find Chetia, if we are for a car. To minim, say LBC, no, not Sana Sicano, so says so, yet Coco bought 4 and Wama Salmon on the moon, na ho at your chance.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Openny.
I'm Emmanuel.
Ima, and a man penny in Casa.
If the Becca say, no man penny say, or wait, ma. Nemo, when you perceive Sen Assembly, say, University for our medical school, area school, not then, or the MI. Because I say, when you are, they are pretty said with because
What I say about your education, my education, you know, culture as you say that. One fire professor. Now, yes, so I university, and also then over to my Aguay. You see, our sound like all the same.
All right. Yeah, that's it. And okay. Me gidi se mampani de hum waye ebebra mu fi so wo so wo mo nhihye ya wo mo de adwumayefo ana wo wo pa adwuma. Good morning.
Morning.
Opani down ho de ne mampani nkasa.
Ozi.
Hello. Ye tie wa no pay. Hello. Hello. All right. Yes, sir.
Yeah, but oh boy, and you are boy. But yes, and never say about as the summer
Maestro, the concerns from party for no any adjusted I've seen the minority people went there to look at what the situation is. Quite na party mano education no a call monchain. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Mpacho down where the enemy mampeni in Casa. Bajo Casa free. Brekum West, Yentio. Yeah, that's it. I don't pay. Maestro, let me bisa. What's the communication? Auntie, Emma party for the BIA or yes,
minority for a Jim Jane, almost by them. Almost by them. I same way as I say, that Benny at Ghana ha, a buying for back. Our almost supporters. And for board on him. Our Metro Mass. And answer any other government institutions. So one more for Pam. My for because they feel say one more NDC for more MPP for minority for either way. Just where you should share any more Jumaya way say. Any share him fa. Any share him. There are no more. I have record your more candy. I dear almost so at time. It happens. But Obia and come on she. Oh, my dear, be a while, a shall say a back. Not one swan one. Now, if you have a jack on your naso. And to a say a normal. Sa baya ba. Na one more, no more Jumu Dadano. Or more back castle or munina, a bine one, a chamuno, a honey pan to a pamo, or mona, or mum. Up of 5 Jumano. A idea or ain't he? I just of force or Montiasia minority Muslim, more quiet down.
Hello, good morning.
Yes,
Openi down when the enemy mampeni in Casada, Minia Banano pay minority for no the bofu. Casa yet you. Hello?
Casasi, Kofodia, is the reason.
Yentio one pay.
Oh, sir, ya soon, ya so sound. And a young difference. So, Yena, yet you gonna how. And you need shady. And the what is a son, you to not because a Juma man penny air bono, yes, na ye so, na ye faso dear a woman so. Because if before normal marriage say, your man penny baby, I move it. Because I call it say, Waka Wale or Bafu for.
wo wale ọba so eka oyere ho a de obeye dia no we ọba dada no wenu nso ne da because yenim the omampin eye koko yenim de koso o koko yenim titi a yesua de titi ontum betum futo bi ngo bi ni say ya ti koko to ye ti koko to yenim nti man bi for ma obi ametum futo bi ngo bi ni 28 NDC omano ma say wini nti yenim dada so as yenim dem before no be yo hey bla ya ble papa ya bre nti no yenim dada nti no e before no ya de omo nkoda omo ba de no ba be e dem pa no ma be
right yada se anopay se obi foforo wo hɔ a yene no ebedi nkomo ansa na obeba no yenkai wo se Gifted Icon season 2 Gifted Icon season 2 Street Crown edition no ya launch enti oba na wabe pick your form wa fill your form no se unim ho nkomo a ye de to animu anopɛ ne se unim obi a owo enwom to adom akyɛde ana kasahari utimi ebo ne homɔden ewo mu a ye ma won akwanya na won adom akyɛde no abam na afi enye just a hobby, it becomes a profession. Yabeboa no ama ono nso wanya so mfaso enu nti na Gifted Icon season 2 no yade ebro Street Crown edition. Brian premises wo bantama opsi bantama presby asafo no na abepeke form kachire unua no kachire wadamfo no se akwanya apie ewo fache television so nti bra bejo form na wonsu nya akwanya ebema kasahari ene nwom to a obo homodin wom no sika ahyase abam se open komo fufuru bia wo ho a 0550 772113 0550 772113 Gifted Icon season 2 abushafo ye dan ye ho ye ba komo no de aka mu nyina ye bebrew Daybreak wo fache television so ni 20-754-3637. On our Facebook, Facha Television, on TikTok, Facha Television, on YouTube, Facha Television, on the X platform, we are live. FachaOnline.com, read the stories in there. And yes, on Instagram, also na infoni no bibia etwagu. Facha Television, so Daybreak, and Opay, the new Osted, never.
Nice.
Osted. And penning for waje bre na woni ebedi oman mu komo. Kojo Asante ewa ha. Emmanuel Botwe senior penning for e ya kyerɛkyerɛ for school home na wabedom yen ebeboa ama ye nyina ya hwese de be ya oman Ghana be fa ne ntoma pefra. Kai se igusua wo bosome mantim. Tie Ghana man se de kano no. Ghana man no. Ghana mamre said ye boy embra so of mine and ye ka ho asem ye nwom ye duane ya ho siesie and said ye boy embra Ghana di ba bibia wo bia na waye nema ebedi Ghana ho adanse pa na Ghana fa ne ntoma panso afra ye di nkomo no sei ya na ye nuanom bi nso a wodi dwa na eso yan asema ye di dwumadie no ebreo anu nti anope ofan ye wo mu nyina no ADO2 car rentals. ADO2 car rentals. Wadaroma. And ye do ofan ebro. ADO2 car rentals. Eye jumakua. Se wabidu asante mantemu. Ope car. Edi akoye o business. Eye yie bi na oko. Eye aware bi na oko. Eye busua nkomo bi. But ube hia car edo be nante. Se de be ya ho be hin harewa. ADO2 car rentals say. So nsafre on wobeba. No abe found the work of baby a person who could be a sika bound some over show off natural boys said Jack means to be near scam about brandy beer. ADO2 car rentals is no problem. Just give them a call. One more airport runabout will be DVL and I say children's home. Anyone in Como, they have comprehensive insurance for their vehicles. Car ben are open from SUVs, saloon cars. The comfort of their vehicle is good for you to just sit in. Tiano pay me comfort ADO2 car rentals amount. If you sabri akopim say nundu bebo. Nkomo ayede bro nyina wadaroma na ayede ebro. Mpanimfo yama mwachi yama mwakwaba.
Yeah, me Kojo.
Ghana ekoyi.
Nyame abisisi ari. Because
Eye. Okay. Nti on the wings of a year no yen hye nkomo na se emfiri ho ebre kakra ni na Israel na for United States of America Iran nti ase bi enye adwuma wo ho na nipa ni bi fi so ade akyen ade san e bi gya akiredi but ekoso a na nko bi bese yen de nkomo a yidi ze nkemfa yen ho nanso enura ne nne nkomo a eba yate se mampani akasa se enema no a ekoso no se ekoso cha e de how be brain so oman the governor of Bank of Ghana enso adi nkomo se enema na yese ya ebeba be affect prices inflation ne enema etete se akwadwo yen shaase na obi na tene mamu na odi ne nkomo yen ete hedi nka efa yen ho ben yen mpanimfo ahyase a wamudi nkomo a wamudi
Kojo medase mamencha watiefo ne wahwefo nyina ene Amstead mpanimfo ene nenu abotwe you are the same for what is your week yeah we are busy na Kojo de tiane se ewiase yesi obi amane yesa bi ya wa hana Ghana fo bi ko Burkina Faso so mu ko fa tomato a sanke yen ga ho enzo won ato yire nchema eto yen enti ewiase no sesi a no because aye global village everything is interconnected enti the event a ekoso ewo baabi no wuntumi nka se emfa ho we ye den ye befa ho fi se ye kurakura ye mu Ghana ye produce niema ye de kwa amono ne koton yezu ye to niema bi fi amono ne enti ebra bibi besi a enema yenye hia supply chain no ho beka ana the production ho beka no definitely ekayen so na ya na Ghana no ya manyofo no sometimes the yaman no sen Yawahana Russia Ukraine war ebaye na ye ka say Russia Ukraine war my economy no aka enema bi oh those days na current NDC and the opposition and I remember some of their leaders were like Russia and Ukraine war na Russia and Ukraine e kwantokwa na had e fire home but deep within us we all know say if you say sir and tokwan sem no emma obi say sir supply chain no e breaki sesia ye ka say we should deeper oma ewiase nyina Iran eye baabi a ye too oil pa in fact sir epona eda between Iran and the other nations like Oman ne ehofo sir Strait of Hormuz a mo kan wasemi a control almost 1/4 of the whole world's oil. Just a few years in oil are yet to know. Uchemunaya, if I hot never. It's brand to Quabisi Hua. Afe oil intimimco, intimimam, a dear nebisi. A bashorty, a shortin soa. Said ye any more memon, you not to petrol mupe. Car war becosso. Car war cosra. The walk of Fanny Mandiagu Camono, honors well known to what Jackets Kakasi. Definitely the niema obetum afi doctor oba a hospital operation na ngasa kwa ko ambulance ya nyina no ekwaso eti afi charges no ebekwaso enti ba kunya sise ewo a chain reaction it affects everything that we do as a country enti yentumi ntra Ghana ne ngasa Iran and Israel and US kontokwa emfe ho da bi enya possible enti se ne mpanifo na start esu no eye den ya asem tokwa no nyame mfasa master twaso cha obviously e be affect the economy no e be affect ye na sa enam ze wiase so ye nim sa niema we tumi sisi bibia tumi si ma sa niema ye hia sa oman no ehun kwa achi ni ntino normally enka oman bia no wo kwan a wo hyehyɛ ne niema sɛde ebe ya bibi sa asia wo de be so omonfo asene ana wo he betumi awra ne kakra edinya san tokwasi na watwemienu boso bagwa then quickly na obi bia ya basa eno no kire se wangasa no onra ne oman ni edisa wo hwɛ mfie be se enum ne nan eni edokwa esi wo Russia Ukraine war na aban ne ehun de ne bebre ena bibia Russia Ukraine war ebe ye slogan o Ghana so na Kojo busa ho se ede ba enhyehye ena na ya da ho the men who back when say your politicians no sometimes they take advantage of the situation and I'm saying to kwana ba e dey o man ho be kire wo mu nso ntino omo nso eye niema e be me ye ho akire ye more no omo de akose situation na esi ye hwe Russia and Ukraine war ya later ye say fly ye crave Ukraine Russia ambassador dey later ba say if you be say and na etwam ansana to kwana ba Ghana nkra flood every Ukraine so enti that would mean say aban no ono mismanage ni niema e na wo pe bibi e de akoshe enti see here covid see here but we share statistics now from Ghana Statistical Service any our import and export trade analysis ni ade nanka eni kwan sa wo no tumi affect yen kwan a etimi affect yen e be kan kakra nanso na ye kan kran ke betima manage. But ultimately said the people in the helm of affairs at that time took advantage and did their own stuff. Oh, later you know XML deal ni niema course ni na eye niema course wa e ma oman no ho kire. Sometimes omunyamzio yan convict obia corruption ankoso. Ghana from the say nyina asoti. The fact that say some called me nti obia no chese corruption ankoso. The judicial system any niema na ye ni nyina no excuse me to say it is structured to make the politicians escape justice. Because you be another nkoma that you know, obetimi am ye die. So that is what is structured. It's hard for politicians to be convicted in Ghana. It's a fact. And it's almost take advantage. It's way abide the Bank of Ghana governor. And young man penny for astate bon the road. No crime. Sentokwana koso the likelihood say be affect Ghana no high. Enti no normally or maybe also a towards that. Or maybe or more what you store oil and now petrol in near Macacra, a bit to me cover bears 3 months to 6 months. And now say to me a year levy. That's a Ghana near yesterday energy stabilization levy.
Yeah.
Be a never wha. I'm friends say Esla. Yeah, never wha. Almost said that yes, I want to be back. And then yeah, said the bear, young to portrait moon tentem no, Nike or no kusi amount for near to my farm. Kojo, the acquire first around your mind. The tenant say, everyone are woyen. I was so woyen in such a way, say, or my no what creative fun. Anyone see a rush to Tuniam, Ghana your Maya, a buying control prices. And I'm talking buying control prices, it's a price cost. And Yamabe Cosro. Seba forma add in Saba. If it's all man for the board mouse, you make a farm in Yamano at the old prices. It meant so. About 1 year was you make a family yes, I tumwe. Our ability to really do regulation of prices no add in Wagana. It never cost na kaho. It we are buying. I was all to me and say, yeah, Emma want to turn your moon tentem. And what train the bar, watch take a crediting so I know a do baby. Enti a conform so a enti Ghana no se petrol conform last year enti so kase a means me complain kase because me fan say abai no take advantage no to stabilize something when yes kakra to actually na dachi bi e kosoro a odi ye kushin enti no mo yes ha level enti ya was ha level si bebre wo ye ne ma ye toso ni ye dwa ye di ni ha bibisa enti ye so ye pesa ye hu say abai say Enyama kwasra eni kwase ya rush too. I was a stabilization level in Yamana Mabad, but me di cushion or manfo. Not at least me hold you on. At was one base 6 months. Now also Utumukakra, and no Obia Betiasi. Dancer I don't call 2 a year and ave. You started to turn your mem now.
Panic situation.
Destabilizing BBA or man. Say yes, Adia. Now MY. In the Bank of Ghana governor. And in penning for Masati Airborne Road. Yet you almost say. Afei GPRTU me say Kojo si yeka ekua Ghana ha amaye adwuma me manage ho pa GPRTU come
sir.
Oh very well.
GPRTU.
Oh yes. GPRTU organization no me fa amaye adwuma che TUC. Any other even intellectual bodies are any more Ghana. If it's a kwanya omufa so a emma ye petrol situation ni sa driver and tawa di eni nkoso no. A great man. It could be a political, more politics, but still, GPRTU stand out. Now, I'm benefit from me and I'm a bomb because Ghana Hano, a baby, petrol to me cost, but to me drivers, Kasam, holding on as I know much of money. Yeah, who's on your way, even the trade unions are organizing most of these intellectual associations like nurses, teacher for even university lecturers. Sometimes and Yaman and Kosu but GPRTU, a kua, Omoya, or Sadian. If you say, we show negotiation BR, they also try to protect consumers. Yeah, passengers a faka. At the same time, meet the drivers halfway. And now, Omojuani, yeah, made to me, as so many. Yeah, shows a Ghana full be so, Ebedia to Musa. And you can yeah, bompire. Say, GPRTU penny for any Ghana and penny for Ebeshe na prices bi saa no ye nyina yakọ be nkromo ni adwendwen ho kwa ye beba so ya e bema ne gi a oman no ye ho nkwakiri ye bebre na kwado ya na GPR ti ngwa sometimes adwadifo no so ne ma ne course kakra bi a no so take advantage na afi obi ya de ope oman na ye ne idea se ya nya ne ma yi na bibi kakra bi si na afi ye tutu ye ne ma bebre a ye ne na long term no e be affect ye na yabasa atwe economy na kwa akira emoaye ntie nyina no yemoaye ho se de be bituma bu o ma
Kojo me da se anopa yeguso a yedi nkomo His Excellency John Dramani Mahama enkomo no a odi ye ne yenhwe emra na afi yima ento aso mfiri ho
When many parts of the world are faced with conflict and uncertainty, we must continue to protect the peace and stability Ghana enjoys. I humbly ask for your prayers during this Ramadan for our country, for our leaders, and for other parts of the world that are afflicted by conflict, especially the Middle East. We're all concerned about what is happening in the Middle East. The conflict between US and Israel and Iran is affecting not only the Middle East, it's affecting the whole world. And so we pray that Allah will touch the hearts of everybody involved in this conflict and bring peace to the people in the area. And so the Quran teaches us, it says, and hold firmly to the rope of Allah, all together, and do not become divided. We are one people. There's no need for the fighting that is taking place.
Right. Ima, it's obvious. The concern for many is na some revina mo say niema we num sisi a eni se nyanzu nzanzo so na de na mo pene mu minimu.
Kojo medase mechia me boss Kojo Asante enkomo no ansa na ebedie no on say jabai one of our duties community service ni bi na yeden yeyem jabani sana omo ma yesa kwanya me so e wo say enso yeden ye acknowledge nti enchia kese nkoma vice chancellor Professor Frederick Safune abedi echire Professor Isaac Boatin convocation chair Professor Owia Samson and Dean of Students Professor Francis Ohene Boatin mechia Valley View so rector Dr. Patricia and Oduma Sehene Dr. Nana Kofi Antwi me nyameka ne say Ghana hanu say no because of politics a kwan e fa so e politics no eno ntina sa na ma wo e ba na ayedede no enka me hu ye da bia nka ye do no nka politics no enema e free outside influence e free outside supply chain no enka ye nka ho asem eye obeka e wo se wo ka no se sa de we a wo ye we senka mena nka ma me sa kwanya na nka sei na nka meden meye no ebe chen ni awoye den oye no that should be the focus but one says see no ni enti abe topical issue no say that time na external factors ebaye na the then government no complaining say those external factors no affect the system no opposition ka say dabi baby aye to bomb over 7,000 kilometers and as a miles no e better net me affect say Ghana yedi enkwe e Africa hanum say say ni ade city and those were the things are and ntina ma sankomo we aba enye sa enka all of us no nka yinna ye joining the government no ama ye hu say e kwan ben so ne betumi resolve this problem we because a threat to yankasangasa ye cost of living ene ye standard of living e wo man no kure wo mu ne say CCA as a stance CCA na ye studio ya na minya message from where they are buying the anti betumi aka well I say global market pressures linked to tension in the Middle East have led to adjustment in fuel prices in line with the NPA, that's National Petroleum Authority, directive on uniform pricing. All gas stations will sell the following prices: normal super 12.40, normal FNS and diesel SP 15.69, normal super 95 around 95 no 14.35. Well, good energy. CCAO, mete yeti ya and I go because me customer. And this a message we have. Point ne say no create road. Factors are Emma Sadi we no create say. So check the rankings producing oil. Countries say produce oil pa. Obefa US ne di kan. Na wa ni otosumienu Saudi Arabia. Na wafa Russia, wafa Canada, wafa Iran, wafa Iraq, wafa China, wafa UAE, wafa Brazil, Kuwait, Mexico, na Qatar ne keka ho. Se wo check here, Middle East countries are in a womb. Ubefa Qatar, Ubefa Kuwait, Ubefa UAE, what the China crab account, Wafa Iraq, Wafa Iran, Wafa Saudi Arabia. Countries when you top 10 countries are produce crude. Now what's on check you de kan den USA. Ono no den to kwano. Ono na to kwano den oku. Nti wo dey imagine first 10 be 7 omo na ekon san to kwano. Ehonom na to kwano den asi. Nti ebeda na oil no aba. Na se woni oil ni bia a normal thing demand and supply betro say sesisia no ade na wo diska no beto no ebi ni ho no a e kire say ade ne bo be yeden say sesie ye 20 cedis na say ye wanka 20 e kire say ba ku bia bo yeden 1 cedi na mom sesie asanka ne be 5 pe na say still like 20 cedis a e kire say anka bo bia be 5 cedis on say ni ade ne sitie no enti point ne say whether you like it or not, Middle East and Tokana aircon, denya ebe affect Ghana. But na me de say MPA boss, which me mad assurance say oh, a ban say critically ya wo 6 weeks. Fuel a bit me de e pushing customers. Ya dia e wo say ubia o ye leader bia no otumi ye. Na eno na ye man panin so oboye nyina akoko eya ade a eye kama nanso no kra ne se senka dan no de no senka amfa anya politics ena andi timamufo ni etrimu demo a enka ne de no kenya news enka ye nyina no enka ye bo ho ban ye nyina no ye device solutions a ye betimi de ayeden etumi akushin na yetumi anya fuel a ye betimi de power ye niema daily life ye use eno nti enya nwanwa say GPRTU ono so say senia eniema no ekono anhwe yi a omo beto niema ba GPRTU ye besremo sisi ano mo de mo ntwentwen so kakra say sisi a MPA say or 6 weeks o say or 6 weeks a fuel no betumi ama ebie nti ye besremo mon twentwen so kakra
anope o se bibia de din munya botre omo be manage amam
on se ne ade no omo be manage o but once o maka no o se driver for no ne yi no omo de ne omo atia ne se omo ati praga o sisi e ubon se driver ne ye se ye fuel bo akosoro enti no sisi a ubon se no ma sha se edge no underground nti ye besrem driver for enimse mo ana mo kita ye nkakra ngakra ye beko baabi o ye beko temali o ye beko efa ne se yendi o ye beko ho nyina na emo a esrem a sisi a no ade no bobo wo soro honom enya medru ye nti esrem a momwa ye efiri se ne nti ama me kasa ne se on se edumre bia ye sifu ene so pa ba almost ba ye be kan se na spare parts na a friend is saying nya chop money ye na so ntie nti se mu wo sa argument ne dia ene enso ye besram sesie se emfa se fu anu kra tum kakra spare parts ejina ba bi ejina chop money nso ejina ba bi ejina nti ye besram a otodwegu form moma ne ensensen ho because ni nti american say ane say so mo mutum a spare parts ono nso kofa free ba bi a fair ono ebe use no odi bi be kan adwadifo bayire banche bode omo nso ebeka se omo nso omo kofa a enam se ya tum nti no omo nso omo di bi be den ebe kan ho eba ne sa na ye nyina no na ye sha ase se ye den ye bre na nukure wom ne se GPRTU eye ku a ehye trade union congress ase and trade union congress and act of parliament act I think it's 615 2003 no and establish a trade union congress now as a result no na GPRTU so ehye mu omo dia ombehwe ane se unim ne nwanwa GPRT you for enye driver for nkwa kaya you for nyina ehye omo a ever ne se omo nam na masom ni nyina omo ka sa GPRT for nti ye besra mu aya mo nsan hu kaya you for no so unzo omo so omo ntumu nti esra mu a mpanifo madaroma se mo tumu dia na se kaya you for so ba betum nti ye besra mu mo hwe na mo moaye because no kre ne se ofa kwadwo ade no ebekan yin omo produce oil no dodo no ha omo na ade na affect omo on say Russia na tosu mienu Russians wa wani tua on Ukraine and to kwagina mu de den nti mpanifo yamma mpae na government no on hwe so be invest more into Tema oil refinery net me produce more sene be ya ebetumi pushing current happening na ekosom.
Right. Yeguso ayedi nkomo Daybreak Fache Television so kai say ofen ADO car rentals and a day brain. I've cited a story I feel Ghana and our World Bank assume I'll read that and link up to the discussion we are having this morning. The World Bank Group has warned that about 1.2 billion young people are expected to enter labor market in developing countries over the next decade, heightening concerns about a widening global job deficit as many may lack the skill required by employers. According to the managing director and the chief knowledge officer of the World Bank Group, a growing mismatch between education systems and rapidly evolving labor markets risk leaving millions of young people unprepared for the future of work. Se utie World Bank report na ohwe concerns within the political parties mabunu a won de won ho akodom party na wo hwe animu se akwanya beba na omanya adwuma ye ene nra ne ekosi wo dweso a party fo bi si dabi omo mprema de ye de no aba ho no wonya adwuma security services yi enema ekom as on mine the direction focus to help us get the youth busy and getting paid. Yeah, focus on what ye. Kojo.
Oh, Kojo. Our situation we since the beginning of our democracy from year 96, you say abano esaya na party ma di America ekofum baby a fee say hoye party e japade ye ni bi insurance if is a national health insurance buy aye bra between party members ye change aban bia aban a wo ba nkofo ko kolutu omo se omo nyama ne ade ye hu enwuma bebre mu a ye ne political banter na ni na free sa ade a already ye because Ghana wo hye enipa mabuna area school afibia afi ya graduate nipa over 200,000 the whole Ghana fa universities, technical universities, nursing colleges,
all the tertiary institutions.
Nipa over 200,000 emusai and our man are ready say ombenya baby ase and then Kojo osha nurse for nurse say training as a nurse na you post you ma nkoye adwuma would you mean any private work as a nurse just in their private hospital and a befound abide regulations and so effective in the private hospital because of the offers be ofie 2 years ni Kojo hospital be for far na mo to me 800 cedis 800 mi am 800 a baby a yetie obefa ka ba ko na as eventually no ni case kan kra 800 no enu nam so on tenafie lucky fufra fa na mo de omoma no de mu odu kakra enti private hospitals don't pay they take advantage of the situation and then just more exploiting nurses no enti no offer from 2021 ba Mrs. Adria nurse for me na employ ba kokra Kojo anytime sa situation ni beba enipa ne doso slots ni ye kakra bi ye koya no na kululu abem Kojo mente ase adenti na aban omaya yetimu aban we training with citizens now person fa omo dwuma e wo police immigration soldier na usa ton form o so omo nkoto form 350 cities and these people sell forms to over 500,000 people when you know very well you are not even taking 1/5 of the amount. This is a clear exploitation by the state. Or should I say the state actors? I think that the Minister of Interior, Minister of Defense, any more idea of selling forms should stop. You university, you only went and picked the form. Now I fail it. Now they call. School be okra, throw application kwa. I won't tell dia, I'm afraid. We interview near the normal form say fail it. Now, where the nipa yam fa no, say even your friend say, physical inspection ko be pass here, so one pass here. Na ye di ka mo out of form. Akra we training na obetene fia no, oya be no na ofo so a onya adwuma nye state ni. Na say form no so another lucrative avenue. These institutions are using to exploit the same citizens. Kojo and aban and finance for. And a month for civil society, you have to announce from say this shouldn't be. So therefore, we could be a coin a big class. They say there, I found on ground and think, 70% the farm, criteria the farm. The whole thing is shrouded in what? Black box. Yeah, Obi and Wudiako, if you say, any part air panel, a dorsal. And sadly, way there, yeah, Africa, we are most affected because we have the largest youth population. And anytime I want the largest youth population there, it could be an advantage or a disadvantage. So to me, harness the strength of the youth into proper advantage more mine. Imagine well-trained youth in modern technology. So you can build a strong army coupled with technology. US and no more. US military are big because they have a younger population or more technology and the money to support them. Ghana over 15,000 soldiers. I had them say my 15,000. The last time I read, the soldiers generate 15,500 as I say. And to the extent say you need one standard military tank, you need one standard attack helicopter, you need one standard jet fighter. Do we have an army? We don't. When you don't have these resources, you don't have an army. And yet, every day, if you hear the amount of politicians spending, about presidential jets, every president that has come from year 1997, they talk about presidential jet. Unfortunately, I'm talking about and cross from one government to another. Why? This fourth Republican dispensation is too corrupt for my liking. And they are putting all of us at risk. If you say, baby, I was saying invest in a call for the future of the youth. We are not doing it. And few people, every government policy is a means to steal. Every government policy, planting for food and jobs. At the end of the day, the food was not planted, the jobs were not created. Millions of dollars gone. This initiative. Why Maslow, Ebeba, and Ebechem, few people benefit, take all. And that has been the trend. At the end of the day, Yebeka Wasama, prosecution, left, right, center. Ubekwa, Yebekwa, Bakwa, clear charges no criminal. At the end of the day, near a year free because the incoming government is coming to commit the same crime. About an prosecutor or Momkoy. Enti, Kojo, frankly speaking, Menida President Mahama Sopa. Menida President Mahama. Probably, I see him as the last leader making impact in these areas. Training the youth well, letting the economy grow, expanding, and absorb more youth. Say, or the nation now working rhetoric. No more so to the same thing. Now at the end of the day, yentimi and me or mine, yentimi and create employment and create the necessary environment. Your money free school, but no between be or majuma. Na Omana Akoswa, then we are heading towards a disaster. Because Kojo, Omaya, you've done so, na jumenim no, a security risk. And sir, enya adwuma no, it will find something to do, either good or bad. And the reason why I'm saying is surging. Everybody is moving there. One of these reasons. You've not fear or one you only too form. Obi buano galam say but you want proper jobs. You're training them far. I think they will stay. They will join combatants in conflict. If you say Unia Juma, you have had to say you've need to join the Russian military. Yeah, ama kokun, ama ebiyewu, ya capture bi. Now, it is a foreign minister. Ukrainian president begging for certain prisoners of war. Yeah, we are Ghanaian say you and then a basa. If you say yen or asomani yen youth no ye invest ye invest in only politicians. Mate Felix Kwachi of Wazu and me Adam Kophobia started kasa and our parliamentarians have ye sikaswa ye call a year because was it last time being the wife say or when you call send the wife and sending 500 cedis of fanfa car or call the constituency. Kojo ya you muso almost say omunim dia in the FM. School for no ban. Sometimes it do baby who school need be a year or this one kasa na so maniska e the 12 need. Sometimes utumi meet school near semester nako usia the way I was here for near there na ekoso the material cry or the besuan there say because only laptop and say a soft copy cry we reading laptop so say a soft copy was all printing only scan or the print the cry what school the only time I will not lesson I say what better now I will check I will show me or to gather material to read I said because only laptop only the money to print hard copies and the rest. Yenina your boss academy yen ya wabusia ye kofie ye tua politicians no should stop thinking that omunkwa no ho hia they are not investing in infrastructure come on say this year no uhwe ye infrastructure is so choked traffic pa e wo Kumasi no say see ya cost in the next 20 years I'm telling you say Kumasi can ground to a halt ya will be into me movie and they are not investing in that.
Investing in the youth and Ima, when the World Bank people paid a visit to the finance minister, one of the things they raised, say, if we do not give the youth skill, we will run into crisis.
Profa, me da say, I say, you say, what you want to say near Juma or on some mountain, Juma. Na upe nso omwa hoden a ombetimi de aye friends obron sama adwuma yen youth na no kre wo mne say CCA a ye kasa dependency ratio e wo Ghana ha around 64%. Nti yen fa no say o de church to mu ya say me ye adwuma nipa omo twen say me mom sika de ato aduane no. Say ye nipa 10 nipa 6 na e depend was nipa FN say 10 so so mo be jiska de aden ato aduane aden edie nti e kire say a very alarming one now o check here currently o call my job marker but kire say Africa hanom omo ye between 15 to 35 years omo per adwuma youth am per adwuma around 532 million and a pet job our Africa say. Now I bem say Eswatini and omodiana in terms of percentage no more pie Swatini. Say honum de otum say youth no do na no eni adwuma bem say 34.4%.
Maybe it's the reason why the king is getting married to a lot of
maybe
so that will be an economic
sanity. South Africans so can but South Africa no me hu ni say eno ntina de bia say xenophobic reaction because omo check omo no them say timamfo no omo ni adwuma so omo hu say foreigners no
yes omo adwuma omo ya kwadworo wa adwuma ti say omo foreigners ne ba no omo ye adwuma sa then there are women tend to go into their direction.
So I went to
man so buff.
Because one thing about when say no South Africa for instance, majority of the economy is held by the white. most of these employment avenues, why in the hood? I know why my say, I'm gonna mama white. That's the whole thing. Then come up as a Mandela, and we need, you know, but just certain institutions, they are more control. So they are not ready to work for. They
Right.
So that's it. You know, I'm also out to me, and I also was all Juma. And the whites now prefer employing foreigners other than native blacks.
And
the whole point is that no minimum adwene almost ha because Siemfan say you take a decision or hand say ya air fachet TV. You sure say management. So can management one a bit me influence decision making.
Yes.
And this we are adwene say okay me adwuma emfan say me pra me wakwanya say me ba be be a management member. Now say me nye enam decision management e wo honom na taking tia. At the end of the day, no one a bebre, one a bebre. Intina me no na me hu ni se nka South Africa for no. Indigens no, ye can blacks na. I was saying komodo hu wura adwuma ni. By so doing emre konanim. Omo rise here. Omo be mpanifo they cannot take decision to favor them. But I come here say omo no adwene ye different. Eno ntina omo ka omo a ye ba no in terms of omo a saying youth unemployment na.
Figures no.
I'm also second. One. Now what can Djibouti ne omom keka Botswana ne Gabon.
How do we solve our own?
Enti ekamia ye say sadie no e wo Africa. Ne enti e wo Africa no and say Africa in perspective. Say ye create adwuma no eden. Impanimfo no ubehu Sani Abacha bonsi yesi nisika bebre egu efense Switzerland ube cheke efense India mi na nisika gu ha chese sika na enka wose nka ye make sure say you be create job and as you be create industries big ones na yen agriculture arable lands no yet me utilizing ye no eni ho enti no wonder say ukọ edwuso a enra youth ni say Omonti ase Alexander Nimakun a friend say manager na owo National Health Insurance no omo say there be free adwoso no nti omo po bi a yeden free adwoso no no why a friend say head e wo ho no because onim say asumasi a free baabi bai se sika ne ba na se eba akwanya se ye de obi ba be hye baabi a obefa ne krom ni senkeye na nka adwoso foi obiya ye nadwuma susuan pa se wo ye sure se nkom be bonchenku akọ no da bi okoye den because okọ adwuma mu but because say adwuma na enye den eni honom na wo hu ni se honom ya avenue a anhwe ono nso betumi anya adwuma na se ne hu ni pa na ebe ye manager de a ono be nya adwuma nti no eno nti na okono wa hwe animu a na koye obey Mr. Alexander Mr. Alexander Debi omfria dia na uni ebe de na yanzu yansa akoya no at least goro boys e betimi a check Debi ebi ni ho Debi yampni eno anu no and no wonder hwe e friend is saying nipa 500,000 more than 500,000 of yepe nipa 5,000 a low taxes no I mean we have to say it point blank. Because me minimum crofo a omo ben me pa a ebinom e ba no say ye nsua de a omo men omo aye disqualify na nipa ko na disqualify ye system no prompt e ba ye say yesi na oji me wan so me aware 100% say nipa ko no ba bia oye ye no ote ho ono nko a e ho no bia ni ho yesi ono mom eji ba nkofo mienu a minim se omo no omo hye da anya ade
so cheating
omo no de omo afam ba ko na me kana asem ono wa tie a oye ne masters anyo obi na se me oben me pa
say lack also
enso yesi ono de yesi o
lack good luck also helps
David omo nyina onim ne wanwa ne se omo nyina ya nuanu mu so and yes one more di are disqualifying baba and other ones there yes your mom fam na ye yi aka 105,000. 105,000. What the can't 250 Ghana cedis? Omo maame no na ehwe omo de bi e bom ti so. What the can't 250 cedis. Uwie ya 105,000 so omo kwa medical ba ku bia obi a de 1,600. It's 105,000. Who san be 5,000? 100,000 no. What's not your 1,600? Like, why imagine the situation.
Yeah, but that's what it means looking for a job.
The point is no credit say adentina me nkamia masa one here pressure be bano. Me a mestra ban umbie mu kakra. At least 10,000, 15,000. Na me friend saying no credit say na e bia 5,000 enye wa wanu tia a party you know.
But that's the challenge I have. Sir. It's a challenge I have. And my challenge is that at a point there be nkoma ye nyina ye omo ye Ghana for no credit. Omo nyina hia so omo nya adwuma. The question I ask is that and we are complaining about nurse for ewufie. As I say ye fa omo adwuma. Ye misa ye ho say ye fa omo nyina adwuma wia. Revenue generation in this country. It is saying. Are we able to take care, pay them, and give them their monies that they are due them?
And the revenue generation, no. Whole point. What they check the government budget. More than 58% only remuneration. Any what they
yes, taking care of
58%. Say yeah, government. What they imagine say, what sad district be our big hospital. You nkofo a omunya ombekọ hospital. Be nam say hospital no emme omonti. Ana say omokọ a ombe delay nti omonkọ hospital. Say ye na nka hospitals ne doors ho a. Ene nka omunya sa nkofo nim so onya akoya oba. Ni sika no ebekọ into government chest. Ebekọ government onti government na you know the system never balloon. And economic will tell you say once you create more industries, more revenue, a balloon. And exactly. Once it balloons you are able to cater for those people that you have employed.
Industries will not mean government employing.
Dabi.
And that's the direction.
The whole point is government employment. We always run into a deadlock.
Exactly.
Do you know why? Because abandoned budget. Comet your support 500,000
in Ghana here.
But
in Ghana here, 750,000 and a government employee. Almost 3 million and a former
informal sector.
The former private sector employee. It is a fact, sir, even in other countries, actually say private sector former employ more than the government.
Oh, but every nation.
But government no other the government makes sure that environment that will actually spearhead that growth is always there. And before that check those economies now they are doing well government has invested in a lot of areas, hospital, schools and other those raw material, converting raw material into finished and semi-finished goods.
Your point is that as a government economy.
Exactly so.
As a government, lay an enabling environment.
Sir, once you do that, you are able to get the people. A year and say government your friend is saying that forces or what? How do we call it? Stations across the country. You say that visibility is there. Soldiers, police, RDA. Do you think say government says our infrastructures they should go with? The government is going to employ, and then a lot of people will come in the system. Once they come going to peacekeeping here and there, supplying, labor to other countries. Government will be able to do that.
Right.
Bringing in a lot of inflows. Who the year no credit flow no? Check yanga say raw material. Mango bar. Once ne gugu abontin. Pineapple bar egugu abontin. Orange bar egugu abontin. If we had that, industries just our raw materials here. One money be adwuma or sadin. If you want to drive, as it stands now, as an open market economy, in the entire yedi san komo enema nyina air cost no. It's because the power of the market price no is actually reside in the people who are in that market field. And here nanka government and nanka play the bigger role to send your universities, you regulate school fees. And I'm saying government now want more universities now. And guardians and prices here you can once a month to see a air cost in Quebec also. So the whole point is that the government should make sure say obey invest more because we are not seeing that investment now. And that is the point that you can once them. So for me, I would say the government as it stands now, he is doing well. But because of what is actually happening globally, the government should double up the steps.
Kojo, in most countries like ours, I believe that we should run what we call focused education. Omayano, look at yourself. What do you need? And you train people towards that. Most countries are more advanced. That is what you look at. Ghana is a country under construction. Omaya having a confusi or more dying. Yeah, roads. Yeah, way. First of all, say a lot of masons in Ghana. Yeah, POP. This is our talk for Benin for Nigeria for Ghana.
Because our Ghanaian workforce is not sincere. They are not correct.
Their
work ethics is bad.
It is our training we need to give. So, what we need is to building the capacity of the youth in terms of skills, okay, in terms of character, and this animal. Maybe that's how you're conscious of the if you say that for Ghana and now me man POP niade. Because later me on no ma be our more friend of say catch na abranti awoye wo dey wunim no we nam sure nzo ye adwuma also when you are paint ni nyina no asa ye dia bobo ye twiko say ya abena ma me ba me who say truly because we ya no paint Roberts ba ku grant fie ho and eventually just say osesa me niam no gu abobo ye mu no de kona abra me ni fie no and I'm saying business no be ehwe like the oba no pono ya no jawa mo na ko that's a Ghanaian.
You see,
because I wanted the Ghanaian.
You are saying that is the Ghanaian. Every man is born bad. China for you.
Yeah, that is what I'm building Abba. What I'm building Abba.
Jen Hanum so moba, no moba bayenia and seven fata. Abrofunum come yes, sir.
Can you do Galam say in China? You dare not. You can.
So but the system Nangasangano will check you. Every man is born bad. But if the system is checking you out, you don't have any option than to conform.
So young Kasa Pesi a catcher who say you need ethics, you need moral values
the bottom line is that me that can say
but I didn't know
the ethics no akose sorry religion any other.
It's not even
about which sometimes doesn't train about let me call something like Japan. They concentrate on typical traditional training of the people. And you know, you'll be amazed, say, Japanese will pick money on the ground, will not put it in his pocket. He will take it to police station. The last time I was telling my class, I went to commercial bank at KNUST branch. I was taking some money. My menu years kind of no bulk. We signed for I think I was taking 12,000. Oh, you bundles the mammy. My ornament mankind. The guy took it to Tamale. I called Tamale no. Me all friends say Kojo, skasa na the mammy. And I'm you. Does that mean you're the koi? Yeah, young kind to the man. Apparently 12,000 no. Now, a mama no 20,000. Because I bundle. And he came all the way from Tamale. We took the rest and took it back to the bank. And when we got there, they were all surprised. Yesterday, I was telling this to my students. That is how we do. And they were like, hey, I know what they call here. Hey.
But why should we even be surprised? It tells you how
we think
destroyed our country has
become. Exactly. And to the ethics of the people should be built. Since you cut technical training, also be happy cheap money, be happy so with ease, because probably they take inspiration from politicians and the so-called people who just preach and become rich. Everybody wants to be rich without necessarily working. And that's not how we build the country. Maybe if it's all mine currently. I was say you focus. Yeah, say you create industry for your name here. Me say the Americans with polytechnics, technical universities, or my carpentry and joinery. We don't need to be importing our chairs from Turkey and China. We should give them the power capacity, the fund to create the employment here. Now, once the employment is created, now, after gradually you shift from the import to local use. Say, yes, I better now, Sabi, Yamana Yamoma. Yeah, creative agriculture. Look at our arable land. We always talk about agriculture. Ghana, I haven't seen one combined harvester. Say, yeah, commercial production of farming. Now, yeah, Abaya Bawa support to politicians now, person warm for Bibia. Kojo, our main problem begins with the politicians.
Right. Anope yeguso ayedi nkomo Daybreak Jumedie wo Fache television. So mesremo yenhwe video yi na mensan emra na meni abedwafo emeto nkomo no. So my Ghana yedie no a na ye dwen ho. Okay, so enra nkomo a yedi wo krom ha efa drink bia amanfo ennom na womo ka kire omo se drink no onoma na wakoma ho hyehyew omo gidi se eboa womo. Meanwhile, the drink is a product that is destroying the liver, the kidney, and the lungs. And yet, it has come into the market and people are drinking product. And National Security and the Food and Drugs Authority for Afishimo who say, Adia no abekuruma nkofo no. Omde man kurano. Within 10 seconds, the me kurana ne kurana wu. The me kurana ne kurana wu. And yet, kofo di finije any ade ba smogama emrantie ne maba o ewo kurum ha nom ade no. And then no buy Food and Drugs Authority National Security din communi wie. And yet just Ashanti region had discovered. There were calls from Central region, there were calls from Western region, there were calls from Bolgatanga, there were calls from Bibieni that Okogalam say sites na near more camp one seven. Ubia and non boys no no. How is it that school be Deuro be and yet people still don't take care of omo apomuden? Ombetoniema any label. Ombetoniema chese udwin ho a eden na ekoso. Emrantie ne maba and dey no omoji.
Kojo me dance. In fact, enra me so bitie kakra. Bitie program no na me hwe mame fa nchama Alajinje. Alaji was my mate at Premier College, and we've been friends for that long. And on my idea, Selma 2 Sana Mono. Kojo, this is not the first time we are seeing this kind of concoction. Bebre, Abichamko. So, now some more, I didn't buy an friends at Tramo, ne buy an microphone, now says it be the bar red. No, my 10 time, no mujinem, near Kojo, one of the Niema youth or despondent. Sometimes they turn into drug abuse. One of the fallouts when you have enormous youth unemployment in the society more. And never about the conversation and you can account about employment of the youth near a fasani ma we hopa. Sa cry we school na unye jumanye. Kojo mama typical example be we school for. That time crowd there, the gap between time I marry school and the time I posted for service. Na me wo fie na me sorry I mean ko baby that few months no. Oh, me catch your business as a the way I'm city fie no. We fra we there oh braha and sometimes baby I introduce you to any near man. Why not careful ah? Afei boss agro oni omo ye na be ye suban abeka so. Eti dem answer quickly. Me catch your business So me tifie me nko baby amezo minim speakers here. It would be man ska cra bi. Na me start build speakers. Kakra. But for me born I born my mama for today we ya oh ye bi mami. We ye bi mami before I realized na I sorry for cra contract me. Oh any your speakers ni be mine. Those days. That was around 1999 2000 there. So enti Kojo enyi na ekoso. Dawro na ekoso. Eni ma na ekoso. Nanso ye hu no bebre ba. Ekoso o man. It tells us still the education no enyu epeye. Na woni ma bebre wo say ekoso ye. Sa yufi bebre belongs to religious bodies. I think it's time yetimi tu ye mabunu no fo. Efa kwaya ombafa so ombehwe omapomudin eni nipadua no hu. The Islam has that kind of preaching. The Christians have that kind of preaching about our health. Apart from that, education yedema a school for. I think the emphasis no I was say be echo I was man. Because they be American integrated science. You say we're in charge on to us. But you share the impact of integrated science in the society at say. They be American. Ye integrated science are your channel or SS, any JHS. Was a mandatory say, which has an work on to us. As also know, maybe when said the content no doesn't align with our lifestyle. I would say lifestyle science instead of integrated science. Now, yes, you know, I have a problem with the content. Me, my chair, I was secondary school for several years. Imagine you are teaching a business student how to calculate the focal length of a converging lens. What is that?
Indeed, what is that? Converging lens near there.
So I see a name. Oh, and I say when you some when you are using na just say and the lens I hear. And you pass here. But the person say business student and we has how to do those calculations. But business students are what bank. Obefia what be fufuo anabanku ada. Ohia say wo hunu say anadwo ye ni bufuo anabanku na. Because the man is diabetes in the long term. General students are warrior law. He doesn't need to know how to calculate the specific capacity of a metal. How to take care of the basic hygiene at home. Now, on the daily activity like exercising and those stuff. I think that we need to take certain content from our syllabus and reserve it to our science. Not all science no. A lifestyle teaching. Yeah, nipa building a life. What would the effect of not exercising, the effect of not having enough sunlight, the effect of sitting long without walking, exercising. About one life. That is the first thing I mean. After what I'm talking youth need the FDA to be up and doing. The national security. It should be more often. These routines. A quite man as a first of all
system.
A year then I would to be Ghana, I don't need a regulatory regime. A war form dodo. Could you mean Obian examine computer on your man media. But me call pharmacy, a toy drobia. Me quote a room, you must have a question that some prescription and a binio. You must have a bidder. Said Ronnie to say, Ghana will be to me to be ope. Enti, Tramon Samayaking. A yet then I will be to me crabamo being saka a maninum. All him say, almost even herbal medicine, herbal drugs in the man. The amendment here, the only call LFD, am I try no and uncle, and I'm the only tone or market no so uncle. It's the FDA said there was our information we are. Then I don't think we should be dependent on the only buy a try. You should do at least 1 month or 2 weeks sampling of these things on the market. So why could you be called drugs? Mr. Drugstore, pharmacy can see a pa that time now me and my wife near a dry ya show mammy you prescribe your mommy. Now the prescription the cocotoy. Mammy buy I feel to care drew ya na the noom you crew. After 3 days, is it a side effect of the medicine or what? After no one complaining, I drew it. Now when could you me tamashe? Say a drone, me here now as 1 year. Oh yes. That do not expire 1 year. Me two car. And I'm a call. Pharmacy or shop. Me do on a need now. Eva on a no. Be binti be money di. As one make a bear 1 year. Be binti be money di. When you need power okuta position power within the pharmacy association. Me do on a me say this and I'm say mommy, me be try do we. And then 3 days. Or share yeah. And I got out to my no so no say and I'm say look at this, check the expiry date. Or here so now no say ade it's after almost raw ko yiba. Not just the whole pack of the drug was expired. Not 3 months, not 6 months, 1 year.
And that's to see
pharmacy. And you go any pay yes sampling of these medicines. Can we have a situation now a draw 8 years per 1 year? Can I central market way? Over call typical shop be na millionaire the near label no more label omu to me gather expired product no more to take different labels different expired date a label something I saw very often at the central market.
I mean, Mr. Ima, what's our challenge? Don't we value life as a people?
Nah. What is life to a hungry man? And nothing now obey me akọ. Say bomituo na bia mamiska na me famo ma busuafo a ewo akire. Because ade no accommodate. On say no matter how honest you are, say here e kan wa e wo say wo ko bi won ma ka kire say obi do ka. Meanwhile, no be no county on first scan man. Na nipa kon no adi scan man wa betua. Enye osuban da ho. Nti enye nwanwa. Obekọ ye ba no ethics a, oba ye schools mu a every level bia no. Way ye ways bia ye chere ethics. Obekọ citizenship education. Nyaoche citizenship education wa bosram school no kra mantem yetumi kwari na
ade na ya o yesa
no kra no because ono na accommodate no ntia no citizenship no ono kire no as ne obu
theory
ba so no de ye adwuma no ono emfa na ho police ono mom na yesi he's the friends I also making sure so be enforce
custodian of the law
custodian of the law or D22 cities 3 cities open broad daylight on any identity no broad daylight court no wa check a friend is saying judges I mean anas bit me ama ya hu say no kre onu mom na onu no ejina mra ne so no no abu obi bema na afọ no agi ahye ne ho nti eba me say wo check that chain omu na mbe he say ye ethics no ebe ye adwuma na I mean ye nyina no say ya failure say em failure ye nyina na ye ni musem
right efushafo anopenso ya mawakwanya na woni edi nkomo mpanimfo atena so oman ni nkomo na yedi obetimi afre on 020 633 4646 020 633 4747 na wonso wachira adwen nkomo a yedi ewo krodua imu ye ba afidie so anope ya ka ho asem adwuma ho asem nipa dodo no a na wo fi a wo hwe si ebema won adwuma no pe ni yedi nkomo bisa se enti ye ntimi mfaye ni nkyire ba bi fufuro bia apart from si ye hwe se aban ana emma obia adwuma na tini ye kan industries asem yedi nkomo afa yen a se yen kwa ho asem hia yen ana fi se wakosuku o kota ade no a wo koto no o nhwe se expired ana enye expired ade no a wo koto no yema approval wo ho ana yema approval ni bisa se obehwe no yeso emofra be 500 omo akosuku wo baabi omo ko school no ye ma omo certification omo ni accreditation ibisa me ho say abofra watimi awie SHS epese eko school nto aso wantimi an Google an hwe say bebia opeso okonto aso school no
legal
ya ma won mutumi krata won mfanya na ye kape ni ya ma excuse basa nkola no ati internet so niema won di internet ye no emwa won adisua ne won nkankro that one we want to be okay. What kind of people are we? And ope obetimi afre na nso wa kira adwen ebra ye nso ye di nkomo wa ha no political parties no how are they orienting followers such that now political parties can't they create businesses for themselves?
Baby want me na me de me men to me yiso ehun hia me pa afi bia bronya bekwawe ya onte se ya tete ne ama bi so aye boni donkom onte bi
yeah
swampa se I spy aya wu
se anu hu nkomo ne yedi se wo a wo koto ade why is it difficult for you to be vigilant just saving your life a minute reading find out say ade because Food and Drugs Authority say product bia yemfa broni yem chrobrofo wo ho ento
na one 2 days ne only die na once the show bottom na ade ya catch us say ade miensa once the
hello good morning hello good morning okay line now drop your back
accommodate me am you o se me de me hwe da bi say ye na mame dia me kwa se me boss e kan okoye no okohwe no je se ono no o capacity no nti o check ye no se edro na nya no sound call back.
But is that not the reason why say ye ma ye ni ko nchire ne ade
the whole point
what system
for me I think say the system no those bodies that
hello good morning
good morning sir
openi down who dey na fe yentie wa no pe
e patro na mo to say
Yehowa ne ye nyen hia
de nyame ase e patro no kwasem ne say Ghana your program kasa say if aban etwa mu ya planting for food and jobs ya o de buy yinya a great directors via almost omoton agrochemicals no say enema ne ba ebinum di bi kogu shops no omoton adiska go mbutu so se basi ye koni say ya ebesi dey na planting for food and jobs na akoso enkoso aban bi obeba bia na also odne na isi form no odi no kredie eye adwuma monitoring ye adwuma bibia enye adwuma se mo ka aban ni mpani for muntie no mo fanye adwuma medase nyame nka mo ho
yedase anopei ene won so dia wo de abeboa o man Ghana ene ne nkankro me de ato anim se dwumadie AD Auto Car Rentals at Roman bro. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Mpacho down where di ni ntio. Mpacho kase free.
Ahafu Kenya.
Ahafu Kenya se ano pay ntio.
Ede ano pay da na dia. Se ya ho o man ha ene obi awie kwa wodne no beto ya kanete aban adwuma ko so o pa aban adwuma ye abra adwuma bi da hono mo taka wotime bi nani etre ho ko pese dem mo na anko ye na eboa no ano de ni ato aban adwuma no se wo hwe se aban fa no ena wo hwe police adwuma migration fire service ne so jesia when obi awie so na no de ne e ko kire ndi e kete ye fe de.
Okay. You can also join us if you are ready on 020-633-4646 and 020-633-4747. Oba, you know, ebedi nkomo.
Do offer, sure. Send an American FDA. Unim ni India ya FDA. I think say PNDC na FDA. That time no mo hu say niam bia be wura aduane bi in the 1980s.
Fachame, mesamba also. Hello, good morning. Hello. Marching. Hello. Hello, good morning. Hello. Hello. All right.
Nti senior American in the 1980s no, mo say come ba Ghana. Nti e come no e na omo hu say enema bi aduane bi aba ense na mfata. Nti PNDC law no 305B no e na create sa FDA no. But omo create no as a Food and Drugs Board. E na ebe sesan the best sign a better than the Food and Drugs Board Authority.
Maybe. Hello. Hello. Okay. Yamfa phone no NC hat na yantwa yankomo so. Ima, my worry is not, let's say, the lapses within the organizations. My concern is more to do with the yenya as individuals.
Concept.
Say, your first security or security officer is yourself. Because ultimately, you know, say, uko di bibia enise udi. Uko num bibia enise onom. Udi bibia se yemfansra. Eko kanwe de no. You suffer. And san yako agency no hone yako blame no. Why are we not conscious of yen?
Say, what am I saying? Metiasia. Wako obi fi a friend is MTN pole. Electricity pole. Friends say electricity that the end bi. E si ni fin. Uhun bi da.
Well, there are stories.
I mean, not that they are stories, they are realities. Nyame me kan nyina ne say ofakwadwo. Say otese ye bo aniema donkomi a. Anhwe a wo be skeptical kakra say wo ba koto. Because sa aniema no ebia na wo bi ofie. Wo no wo hon faso de da. But there is a sharp difference between those high earning income, middle earning, and I mean, more form.
Yes, but even can't people
assistance
knowing say adie na ba form. Enti no on hwe misa say adie ya aba form eye den because enye ni nyina na asay their time. Ebia ebeso nti omo ma akontema ma omo. Can't you just read?
There be until your literacy rate. Are we saying that we have a literacy rate of more than 80% in Ghana?
I think the current situation that you face no any about so read read. They can read. But the thing is, they are not interested in
they are not interested.
And that's my concern.
Yes.
That why can't a common bear na de wom?
And the
common bear na de wom.
In Swa, your friends say galamsey for asen.
No
omo eni galamsey site na. Omo e wa heye.
Enye ska kwatranka yakodi.
Sound it
here. But when did they?
Hanum say
we are looking at
because baby kiosk no bed 3 days ni adware kra unya de.
Opeso
Kojo makoye me car baby.
For survivors.
Ko fitemu baby o me ties.
Organize let's say bia ye mpese be. Hu sankofo no semi
no o boys no me na o mo hwe bia ma. No one me gina o hwe o mu se ya no bu za me boy o betra ba kwa na nam so da bi. Me na mo ya pa for munsuo.
No, but it's worrying. The way at the rate of the youth reckless life concern. And
the education must go. Parents must be aware. Teachers should go. I mean, the
fact is,
taking care of their body is a must.
It's not good. What they are doing is not good. But the whole point is that you say obronsam oma obi adwuma enam so oni adwuma. And that is the drive.
So they should get themselves something to do.
They are active in doing certain things. I don't see them doing these things. A baby, a friend, unemployment rate, ever form, crime rates, ever form. Check the whole world statistics. No,
that is true.
And the point is, say, oh, Juma, not say, or focus here. There is nowhere.
But can't they get jobs? Why is everybody focusing on a government job?
It's not about government job. It's not about government job. See, it's a me only me.
Young guy be Saturday. Or yeah, into shoe polishing and yeah. He's not a Ghanaian. And he's not the first person. They are not Ghanaians.
Yeah.
There are Ghanaian boys in the system who are not ready to do that kind of job. And yet they want to eat good.
Yeah.
They want to wear nice clothing. How?
Because most of the time you drink quite strong from the idea. But the boys eat motor, so you don't even know where they got those motor from. And now my entity actually. And the near man almost consuming I think say the year can. The boys need to educate themselves. No Moses is here because animal and a result in a lot of kidney failures at the at the kidney UBMs.
Yes,
the
4 million people.
Yeah, more kidney defects. A lot of these aphrodisiac that are also coming in the system. Only because most of these substances, almost taken as aphrodisiac.
Yes.
Because I'm
yes.
And
why
you cannot exactly. Some of them, a man be crying at tomorrow. And there is a whole lot of across your system. I think that we need to educate our own families.
There is a
there
should be a complete overhauling in the system.
But the complete overhauling starts with the person knowing the consequences of what he's taking.
As system is a hospital, Bem said last week, and your mommy know. Now, me say trying no say na me hu bi da. And then no me nom ye na just say. Nyame say yes. My ye try angasa. Na de no just say mani su kwa say.
The man who do na the man.
Edron say dosun enti ni na o say ye ma o say bi afa ba kwa nopa. Enti nya ye say emfa na nopa kan bom na say. Me didi wie na me twen me nom ye. Abdonua na mani su e kwa anwan say ni sa mo ka se twan no say
bia adunu anom no say yes o nom
da bia no aba ebe me say omo ni say
they wanted you to rest until the ebe mo ada
satam kra unim ni wanwan satam na me drive na kakra ni ebo am ni say na kakra bi na me group
why they will tell you don't take it
and then me ya kakra kakra say for my meeting na me chia me na me to ho no the point ni say boys no omo no my ready o
omo you ready for that
omo you ready say yemfa say adwuma bi wo it's not about government and create job no the government should make sure say or make the environment very enabled okwabrane akodo emfa say wado body wado banchi odo banchi ni body no de baaye no banchi no ebe say because utu wie na say di be more than be 1 week ebe say na ade no say unya tofo e wo so oton ne fofofo obewie the whole year adwuma na waye no sika kakra bi
but
no wa check obi nso a ono anu nua the whole point is
it is better than not having anything
and it shouldn't lead you to taking unlawful substances.
That's the point. But I don't pay. Munu dinner would until and wishing on the best of the day. Doctor Bennett was say,
oh, okay.
Mampon campus. Dr. Bennett was say, and there na woda. So we want to wish him the best of the day. And obey yes, Runyami Shran and Adam at the manner that he would continuously give him the strength and the power. Obitimi ede aye nyame dwuma na osoma wode som ye no so akoso. Other friends who are celebrating their birthdays this morning, we want to wish them the best of the day. Nti se ene eye wa woda ye pese ye ka se onyame onhira na omana dom enye kese ewo so. Nana Kwame Owusu ene eye wa woda. You are an old student of Kumasi Academy. We want to wish you the best of the day. Dorian, Sylvia, Ejaku, Dorian, Sylvia, Ejakon, and Wawoda. One wish you the best of the day. Kaba Abrahams, you are celebrating your birthday. One wish you the best of the day. Juliet Mahama Eunice, and Wawoda. One wish you the best of the day. Daniel Atabuating, and Wawoda. One wish you the best of the day. Abusuafo ene eyemo awoda yesre osuru nhira ne adom edema nyina. Opogu Justice, good morning. And you say the jobs you are talking about, they don't do it here, Ghana, but who will do it outside? The question is, whom are you deceiving? Intina semi yetiawa. Enyuma na ewo Ghana han Ghana for so omunye. But omunya say edwuma no a outside Ghana. They are ready to do it. Oboku, the argument they will make is that a husikano a ebano. Eso. For as long as we concentrate on public sector employment, as long as a mebununi nyinade omani ahwe aban, there would be unemployment in our country.
And orientation is also part.
But that's what we must use the platform to
do. Police, teacher. It's
not bad for them to go in that direction. But I'm sure that the orientation the numbers are a woman institution are bigger. And they area now would help them. I do not see why it's always difficult for a Ghanaian to get into one ejuma.
So that's the sense from the orientation curriculum. When as a nation you want that issue, what you need to do is to put them into an incubation. So that's it. Incubation. The government should invest in training further after university or large agric plantation. You can train students there for some years and they will move on to some years. Mass, we are university because of training in something. It take a few months and you get it. Or technology incubation where people are trained to develop their own softwares and other skills. So what large youth that can handle. These are the things you do. Government and other private sectors. Government should give incentives to private sector that can do this job for the youth. So that within 6 months after graduation, they are now ready to veer into their own private institutions. Yeah, and no to create more employment. By living almost with the current terrain. Now, sikasem more day where to even start a problem now. But sometimes through the district assemblies and other things, Saturday fund are creating a form of mass lock near the Senonan here they are. You're sure that by now, and get training large number of youth who own their own businesses. And sometimes, you see, contracts from assemblies near that you can award it to such youths to begin. No more to me now at the end of the day. Ghana is a country under construction. You are still such unemployed number of youth. The district assemblies to the regional director near the but not create contract electrical engineers with the street lights as a woman to actually manage. And then I just want to mean so I had an idea, now come a get it for, but later I saw say no way. Informal sector, they don't pay taxes. But let's take a scenario. Last year, my student built an application. Application, the day said district assembly can register all these artisans into one. Now, I says, so what you must pass through the district assembly to get someone to do your POP. You need certification from the district assembly. Or you qualify.
So we've done that. We've done that for the electricals.
Exactly.
When you want to have connected electricity in your house, it must come from a certified person.
Exactly.
We should be doing same for all the areas.
They don't. They don't. Oh, maybe when we say that here, we are going to hear that. This is will be anywhere. Oh, no, sir. I'm an electrical engineer myself.
Oh, God.
And nobody asked me. So
your problems in the doors, but we would have to solve some of the problems. The person me catch the one say, oh, your baboon and a there. Focus on doing a job that gives you satisfaction.
Yeah.
Nafi suya ensan we juma. Oye obebu no Ghana ha. Suansa no adwuma de wa obetimi aye. Na aban ontimi mfa obi adwuma. Aban ontimi mfa obi adwuma. Ba wa usua bibia. De wasua no. Ebema wo watimi abọ bra ase de wo pẹ no. Na wanya sika nso a wo pẹ. The over-reliance on public sector will not solve the problem of the youth. But aban wa sudi, so be creating an enabling environment. The amount of money we put into unnecessary creations, na job way, why the amount of money that go into these sectors now, according to vocation, technical. I'm sure a lot of the people would have a job to do. But Mr. Bonhumbain, you are the first protector of your life. And opemidini Kojo Marfo, Daybreak Jumedie near the Braille, Kai, say offenya yede ba na wie AD Auto Car Rentals. AD Auto Car Rentals Adaroma, and yede offen a Braille. One wo airport runabout, woben DVL, Children's Home, from 0244 063 391 and now 0266 439 327. AD Auto Car Rentals, Wadaroma, and Eddie Jumedi of Fain, Ebreo, Daybreak, and our Suguswa, Uti and our sign Air Cheyenne. Facha Television. So